hitting the live button. I've also let Jay know that we're doing things tonight because he expressed an interest earlier. So
he is playing Street Fighter 6 right now.
Well, he said he was interested. Well, all right. So just waiting for all my devices to tell me that I've gone live. So fun thing I can direct your attention to. I've been keeping track of Nat ones, and just we've been getting a pool of points. I've been keeping track of them on my phone, but I think I figured out a slightly better way to keep track of them that you guys can actually see, and it's not perfect, but I have projected the totals onto my live stream. So if you're watching it, you can actually see a little quick and dirty kind of little note on the left side that just tells you guys how many points you have in the bank, and you can feel free to use those points to add to any of your rolls.
That's a lot of Nat ones, Pemberley.
Yes. Yeah.
Where's that again?
If you are actually watching the stream.
Oh, okay.
As in twitch.tv/MrZeebub. Tell your friends.
Okay,
and also, like, as is with last week, I'm going to be prompting you guys a lot on weird stuff as the narration goes on, asking you questions about like what's going on in your heads and how you guys are going to pass the time and things like that. Is there any other, conversations you want to have in the interim? A lot of time's going to pass. You guys can interject whenever you want. Don't be afraid to speak up. But yeah, we do need to start, as we always do. Mm-hmm. Who wants to bring us up to speed on what happened last time?
Go for it.
No volunteers. I can roll a dice. Okay, I'm rolling a dice.
All right.
Zakar, take us away.
Fuck it, it's always me. Okay.
You're
it's like always when I'm eating. Yeah, all right, so first off, we had some bone dick getting up all in our face talking about deals and taking the city and blah, blah, blah. I'm a big, dumb demon asshole. He's not a demon, he's a devil. Same difference. It's all just hate here. And so, politics being politics, we do the stupid thing that he wanted us to do of like 1v1 me, bro. And Wild was like, yeah. And the rest of us were like, yeah, okay. Something RIP Wild. Something JK, not really. We all save Wild. And to
My
his
friends
credit,
won't let me die.
Yeah, no, never. And to his credit, he did put on a spectacular show, absolutely worthy of pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to come back for that title belt. You believe it?
Yeah, he's gonna train harder next year.
Yeah, I'll give you good heat.
But then, through random circumstance of randomness and the ensuing scuffle, the King of Fairbrook passed away, which was very sad, and we're all going to miss him very dearly because he was an accident and a very very well regarded and beloved ruler.
I like that sarcasm.
And then we just started cleanup of the city as all of the demons and devils and creatures retreated back to hell. And taunts were exchanged and words and shaking of fists and I'll get you next time, Paladin. And then we just kind of started cleaning up the city. Usual, just post-war bullshit. And then a fucking traitor walked into my tent, being like, "Oh no, I didn't realize that I was a baddie, and I don't want to be bad anymore." Like, bruh, you thought you were the good guys working for literal devils? Like,
Propaganda's a
this
bitch.
this is why I don't work with goblins. They're lovely people, but I can't work with them. But said traitor of the Bramble Mother, at the very least, had the decency to keep all of the documentation of everything, and so we have a pretty good idea of what the enemy knows about, well, everything of the war front. Give or take, however much scrying was done. Shrug. Words were had, a lot of words were had, about a lot of things and a lot of us, but we maybe worked it out. Shifty eyes. And she's the Bramble Mother now. Pemberley is the 5 Pints' new intern, and then we proceeded to make a battle plan, which was going to be very fast and dramatic. Hashtag thanks, Wild. And then our bosses showed up, and we're like, "Hey, we're doing the real war shit. Get in, nerd." And they said this to each other, which was really weird, and it was kind of awkward for a little bit there. But apparently that's just how it happens, and so things are fine. So that's cool. And now we have like 2 massive armies and 2 kings to, march on Tierfang. And that's it's kind of just where we're at. We're not really sure how that's going to fuck up the plan so far. Well, we'll find out this episode on World of Beasts.
Hey.
Nailed the exit. I gotta remember to unpause the timer. It is a late night, March 20th, year of our Lord's 802. And a lot has happened this evening. And a lot more is going to happen in the morning when everybody goes marching out. But I think we're going to start the night with Wild. What's going on with Wild tonight?
That is an interesting one. Here, hold on one quick second. All right. Well, with Wild was ganking, and he's actually gonna go up to our camp and find everybody and just be like, can I have a moment to talk?
Yeah, sure thing, big guy.
With all of us?
Who all is here? Is this just everyone sitting around?
Brando is asleep because he's been lacking on sleep recently.
Yeah, Brando's had a week.
That tracks.
While Brando is napping, don't wake him up. It's okay.
I'm kind of assuming other people are in other places.
I'm making s'mores with making s'mores with Cyrus.
Yeah, I feel like Bramble Mother and Cyrus are hanging out, but everybody else is kind of doing their own thing.
Right.
I mean, Zakar might have to look up from paperwork and stuff.
I think you're kind of balls deep in parchments right now.
Gotcha. Then I'm gonna hit everybody up. I'm just gonna be. I'll go over to Cyrus and the Bramble Mother first. Just like, cool. Yeah, fires and, s'mores. That's cool.
So the secret technique is like you got to catch some flies, and you put the flies in the marshmallow, and it gives it kind of like a crispy crunch.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Crispies. Nice.
Yeah, you just toast it just a little bit.
I like
Actually, it's best if you catch it on fire and then put it out really fast.
Yeah,
yes.
the flies, it's called umami.
Yes,
Yeah.
There's a real zing of that flavor in there with the sweetness.
If only I could eat. Well, I guess I could, but you know what I mean.
What's up, Wild? You seem pensive.
Good. Cyrus. Bramble Murder. Wild, really didn't like losing to the Bone Devil.
Well, it's not fun to lose, but you had a good fight, and that guy
True.
seemed like he
Mhm.
was. He seemed prepared. He seemed like he was studying and learning from you.
And that is what made me nervous, Cyrus. I don't think I can do that again. I don't think another 1v1 is a good idea.
I mean, that certainly. I mean, I'm biased, but it's very stressful every time you do that.
It's very fun.
What about 1v1s in like a friendly tournament sort of thing, not against people who are trying to murder us?
Oh, sure, maybe. But-
Safe 1v1.
But for right now, I think... I think I'm not gonna try and be so wild.
No,
I'll-
you're plenty wild in other ways. Wild.
Yeah, you're wild in your own way.
I can't talk to animals, but you can,
Mm-hmm.
and that's very wild.
Okay.
You could probably talk to like this fly right now if you wanted to.
I should. Don't want to talk to you, Meal. It's a little depressing.
Fair enough.
They're only screaming. Beautiful, beautiful tiny screams. But nonetheless, I just think when I'm fighting, I think I'm gonna try and not go so far.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's smart.
Yeah.
You're learning.
Well, plus, I mean, I think that I don't know that it doesn't make you any less strong or any less mighty. Being part of something that's bigger than yourself.
Yeah.
That makes you even mightier.
Yeah. Let your friends give you strength. Believe in the us who believe in you.
Oh, that sounds like a really good poster.
Yeah.
Wild turns into a Gurren Lagann.
Just animation
But also,
style just
seriously, thanks for
changes.
this being here so we can like heal you in the middle of battle. That's very stressful.
Well, yeah, exactly. Why I've never died before. That was weird.
It's not. I mean, I've only. I wouldn't recommend it. It's not a good experience.
Zakar, without looking up from the paper, it's pretty weird.
Yep.
Right?
Oh my god, you people.
It's Have we all died at this point?
I think so.
Well, except for Bramble
Except for
Mother.
Grook. And
Right, Grip just
And
got blown up
Gerard.
a little bit.
and Grim.
Of the present 5 pints, yes.
Grim,
This
Big
this,
guy.
this marks Wild joining the Undead Club.
Yeah.
Grim died legally.
Grim died at the start when he pretended to die, and I made it really sad. I was very sad. And I did a whole funeral rite for him and everything, and he wasn't actually dead.
Oh,
He just abandoned us.
And then
Anyway,
came back and saved us.
I mean,
Finish
that
the
part-
story, Cyrus.
And he gave me some cool sunglasses.
well, I mean, the sunglasses are important.
Yeah, it's true.
But Wild will wrap this all up with just one last thing. If during battle I'm going a little wild,
Uh-huh.
if you tell me, let's see. I know. Okay.
What do you need to
If-
say, like a safe word?
I was thinking maybe either a safe word or go get him. And then you point.
Go get him,
And then you point.
and then point at who we want you to get.
Yeah. And then I'll try my best.
Okay, but like if you're going too wild, do you need a word for us to like call you back and be like,
Oh.
Wild, you're doing the thing again. Wild, come be with your friends and let us help you fight.
Wild, come home.
Welcome home.
Okay.
We got it.
Okay.
Get him and come home.
This is a good plan.
I'm writing it down.
This is a good
Wild
plan,
banana
Cyrus.
rama.
What? Man, I love when he's asleep. He just says shit.
Um,
Do you ever think dreams lead to an alternate reality?
maybe do you dream wild?
Hey, hey. Sometimes.
Electric sheep.
Is that like 1 A for yes, two A's for no?
No. I dream sometimes. Sometimes they're of important things. Sometimes they're not.
So just
Sometimes
like,
they're of nerds.
that's cool.
It's fine. Wild just pushes his fingers together. I don't dream about Nurse at all. Shut up.
We should
I won't say anything.
when this part's over, we should go find her. You've been so supportive, and we've done. I mean, we've helped just about everybody else in the Five Pines, but we haven't found your friends yet. And they're still
Something
out
is
there, right?
happening in Mechanicus.
Mechanicus,
Something.
Mech, Mech what now?
Mekaleka hi, mekaleka honey, honey ho.
That one, yeah.
So confused.
That's where I met my best friend. His name is Tao 9585.
Oh yeah, where is Tao?
He's at home.
Bifrost.
He's in Bifrost.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, we should. After this, Wild, let's go find your friends. Plus, then they can help us fight the world-eating planet thing.
Yes, exactly. They were all also Warforged. They are also all very good at war.
Yeah.
This is a good plan. Thank you, Cyrus. Thank you too, Grandma Mother. And you.
Kimberly?
Yeah, it's kind
Barely.
of weird. Kind of like it's still having the name of a dead lady. It's no offense.
Pemberley.
Yeah, Pam Burley. Yeah, but yeah. I think it would be really cool to see your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Wild. Yeah.
And don't feel bad. You did good. I mean, it's good to be scared about dying. I think that's kind of an important life skill to have. Is the fear of death. Ironically.
Hmm.
Yeah. Thank you, Cyrus. All
Yeah.
right. Let me have one of these.
Okay.
It's so sticky.
Is it like sticking your face together?
That's in my gears.
Here I can press it. Let me know when I can press the digitation.
There you go.
Messy.
What's it called? Fastidiousness, right?
Yeah.
Wait, that's like a 4E spell. Never mind. I think Fastidiousness does that now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Prestidigitation does that now.
That Fastidiousness is an old spell. Back when we needed like different spells for find monster, find person, find demon.
Back when create food and drink was create food,
Yeah.
and also a different spell called create drink.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Enlarge reduce was 2 spells.
That was back when Gary didn't want you to have fun.
Oh.
Anyway,
enjoy your s'mores.
I'm eating them with. I'm totally sitting down and eating them with you now.
yeah.
Yeah, cool.
He's just a mess of marshmallow and chocolate.
Yeah.
You guys-
Oh,
you
it's
guys
in the
okay,
fur. It's in the
Oh.
gears.
Do you know any spooky stories that are not like actually spooky but kind of fun spooky? Because like I've always wanted to go camping, but I've never done it. But I've heard that's what people tell around campfires. Is they eat s'mores and they scare each other, but like fun scary.
I've heard that dwarves.
Zakar looks up from the paperwork and Cyrus, you're a professional adventurer. Your entire job is camping.
Oh, all right, but like we've never had like a tent and had told stories around a campfire. Never mind, I'm gonna eat the s'mores.
I've heard that dwarves can bite a warforge's leg clean off.
Wow.
Their powerful
Right.
teeth. That's how they burrow.
Do you think their teeth are made of like metal or stone?
I don't know. The orcs always said they were very, very strong.
Hmm.
So I just always assumed that it was magic or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that would be very strange to like concentrate all this arcane like resources in your teeth. But hey, when in Rome.
Do you think
Or-
they eat metal?
I don't know. They're
they
little
always like
freaks.
to- I mean, it's okay. It's a stereotype, right? The dwarves like to mine up metal,
I
but like, what if that's why they're mining it up so they can eat it?
I don't think it's a stereotype. I think
It's
they very
Cyrus,
much
we
do.
literally lived in like the dwarf capital. You know what they eat.
Rocks.
What? No, that's
Warforged?
It's a car. You should come join the campfire if you're gonna keep chiming in.
I.
Do you want s'mores?
You could come sit down.
I can catch some flies if you want to. The
You see from like the other side of the big long tent, like Zakar just like it throws a handful of paper. It just like fuck it, fuck this paperwork, and then bamfs next to Cyrus and Wild. It's just like,
Yeah.
Here, I hand you a marshmallow stick.
he just like takes it and starts nibbling.
We should.
Yeah.
We don't do this. I mean, I know we're about to go do like scary war, terrible, more scary war, terrible stuff, which is great, and I'd like to not think about that. But we don't. We just get to hang out and eat gooey, weird marshmallow mush and tell stories.
It's been a while, no doubt about that.
Mhm.
Actually, on that subject,
Mm-hmm.
he gets up and saunters over to just the table of alcohol on the other side of the tent,
Oh,
Oh, that is good.
camping. Okay.
and just
I see
grabs
that.
like 3 bottles of mead.
What's mono camping?
It's where you drink.
What?
I assume. I don't know. It's
It walks
alcohol.
back over, plops down 2 of them.
Classic orc drinking.
Mhm.
It's just like the good old times. It did feel a little weird that there wasn't liquor here. But now it feels safe. Now it feels good.
Do s'mores and alcohol mix well? This is also Anne asking this question.
It
Pat-
depends. It depends on the alcohol, because if you're talking about like mead and like marshmallows and chocolate and graham crackers, like yeah, that's not going to really conflict because you're talking about different kinds of just sweet things.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
But
But
yeah,
if you had like
maybe,
vodka.
yeah, exactly. Don't bring out the orange juice and vodka.
Got it.
But I really like the fucking idea of some fucking shitheads just being like, I really love this absinthe and chocolate.
Oh, that's true.
This-
Okay. So, funny aside, since we're talking about alcohol and the 5 pints, real quick.
Mm.
So we Kelly and I recently discovered that the spiked Simply lemonades
Mhm.
are
Nice.
really good. really good. And
Wait.
I've been thinking about this for like weeks now because we haven't met in a while. I'm just like, we always joked about giving Cyrus alcoholic lemonade.
Maybe
And
give him
son of a
alcoholic
bitch,
lemonade.
here it is. No, this is how we do it.
Yeah, that's
Because-
the real life way.
Yeah.
Are they official Simply Lemonades, or is it like
Yeah.
they just add? Okay, what
No,
does it
no,
mean?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Oh.
They're trying to tap into that whole White Claw, like Mike's Hard. Yeah, except it's better than like both of those things that I just
Yeah,
mentioned, and that
Yeah.
and part of the reason why it is so poignant is because this is like it struck me for this conversation because I'm like, oh yeah, no, we could give this to a frog and say, here, Cyrus, have your lemonade, and said frog will not notice the alcohol until it is way too late.
I
This
am
poor
curious.
frog. All we're trying to do is just get him blasted off his tits.
Just trying to help him calm down. It's fine.
Yeah.
Cyrus's special lemonade.
Yeah, no, pretty much. So Anne, you in particular, I have to recommend you try it just for the weird meta joke of it now.
I do actually really like Simply Lemonade too, so I will keep an eye out for that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's not hard to find.
Yeah, I just looked it up.
Yeah.
It's called Simply Spiked, and
Yep.
Yeah.
Simply Spiked.
Oh.
we'll have to look for it.
Yeah.
Jeremiah.
Anyway,
Yeah, that's that was my thing. I needed to interrupt everything for.
all right. It sounds to me like you guys are just drinking around a campfire now and having a great time.
I make a single schmore, and I fill a little bottle full of mead, and I put them right next to Brando.
like leaving out milk and cookies for Santa, but
Just wet waffle.
but it's
Lots of
alcohol
milk.
and s'mores and a tiny halfling.
Yeah, there's a tiny halfling who's fucking asleep.
Yeah.
Oh.
So as you guys are just sitting there having a grand old time, you get interrupted when a figure just lets himself into your tent. It is Tragsladag the Eighth, your king,
Ah,
and he just kind of he just lets himself into the tent, and like there's a little bit of rain outside. He shakes off his robe a little bit, and he's like, raining kittens out there. Evening. Gives you all a look.
Zakar like immediately jumps up and is kind of like low key horrified.
Hello, King Traxel Blacks.
The
Majesty,
Majesty,
sir.
I'm
I'm taken aback by how may I be of service?
Well, first of all, you can take that stick out of your ass. Go back to relaxing. I like that better.
Thank Raven. Okay, and he just kind of
Yeah.
like slumps back down and proceeds to finish the bottle of mead that he was working on.
Yeah. He you relax. He takes out a little cigar and lights it up.
Yeah.
He goes, I just arrived, but I'm hearing a lot of news. I heard you guys just marched in here like you own the place. Kicked them all to the curb.
Well, we may have blown the door open, but otherwise, yeah, that's pretty accurate.
He regards
if you want me to say it was almost too easy, frankly, yeah, it kind of was.
he regards all of you briefly and just says nicely done.
I've moved closer like to Cyrus and
Right.
just like kind of like
Yeah.
Cyrus is looking
Yeah.
for
Imagine like I haven't really described Tragsladag the Eighth, but just imagine like an orc in the equivalent of his 60s or whatever. Very very well built for his age. carries himself.
Do we not have like the picture of him anymore?
Do I have a
Oh, wait,
I can't
he's right.
imagine.
Yeah,
I was
Yeah.
gonna
this
say, I
guy.
think he's right
Yeah,
there.
he's posh looking, you know, he
Yep.
carries himself very well. I'm sure I have a picture. It might not be uploaded. Yeah, it's not uploaded right now. Nope, there it is. I moved it to a
Hey,
weird
man.
place.
Yeah, I see.
I'm just zooming into the table
Mhm.
picture.
Yeah.
This asshole. Him.
Yeah.
He's the bad man.
Trying to figure out where I can just find the art. Can I just show the? Oh, here we go. I got it. Everybody relax.
Okay.
This is Draxel Degby.
Yep, there it is.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Those eyebrows.
Anyway,
The shoulders.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
he loosens up. He doesn't look like he has any reason to be uptight or on the clock or anything like that. But he kind of makes himself comfortable in the space. Kind of walks around. Just kind of looks
Help
over
yourself to the table, gesturing
Right.
to the
things.
the
It's
monumental
everything.
amount of exactly the monumental amount of alcohol that
He doesn't
Sakar cannot get drunk off.
he doesn't seem like in his typical style. He doesn't seem to like regard anything you're saying. Like he's just kind of he's on a weird other level of this conversation.
Cyrus,
I
Cyrus,
begrudgingly-
prepare a marshmallow quickly.
I very begrudgingly offer him a s'mores on a stick.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't even notice. He's just walking around the room checking things out. And he's like, "So, today the religious center of Bahamut's teachings. Tomorrow the Empress, and then an angry moon."
That sounds about right.
And what happens after that? You all become the world's foremost authority on dog grooming?
Chris, could you repeat part of that? I missed it. Internet.
Oh, he was giving you shit about plans for the future.
Are we going to become the masters of dog grooming after we save the world?
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I don't think dog grooming is in our forte,
Mhm.
as none of us have dogs. Perhaps frog grooming.
Are-
Frogs don't have hair. Never mind.
Are we speaking seriously, Majesty, or merely of just campfire conjecture?
No, but we're about to. It would have been easy to deny you the baronship. You know that, right?
Well, we didn't exactly come seeking it in the first place, so yes,
Some might have said that I owed it to you, but I could have done the dishonorable thing and written you off as common rabble that wasn't worthy of such as a position. Power makes that easy, and I wouldn't have even felt bad about it. I was most concerned that when someone did turn in the bounty, it would be some idiot who wasn't worth polishing my boots, because I have well enough of those. And after all the time I've spent pushing politics over savagery, and ironically, I find these politicians exhausting. I've spent my entire life surrounded by the flaccid voices of those who wouldn't know what leadership meant if it beat them with the doors of their own keep. So you don't know how refreshing it was that I was suddenly beholden to someone who clearly had absolutely no respect for my station. And I can't ignore that. You have literally clawed your way up from nothing. Unlike these cloistered spendthrifts that make up my retinue, you understand the weight of the world. Now, I honestly couldn't give two shits if you become a good leader or not. You are uniquely qualified to do what needs to be done. And so I say this to all of you. You save the world. I'll support you with every fiber of my being.
Thank you.
And-
Zakar has an expression of
genuine surprise.
He seems, there's an awkward silence in the room, but he is satisfied that he's delivered his message. So
Wild takes
go ahead.
Wild takes the s'more and just hands it to him. He's just like, "Thank you, King."
He kind of looks at it and back at you, just kind of like he's not taking that.
Covered,
Yeah,
covered.
yeah.
Complete mess. Chocolate
Yeah.
in the hair. How'd it get there?
Yep.
It's not even near my mouth.
He takes he puts a cigar back in his mouth and without really like any other thoughts on the matter makes his way out of the tent. And as he goes, he just says, "Now don't drink too much tonight. The road will be long, and I did not bring enough wagons for everybody." And he's gone.
Man, little does he know, I could pull so many wagons. I could be a wagon.
Well, little does he know, 2 out of 3 of us can't get, or 2 out of 5 of us can't get drunk.
I eat it again.
All right. Okay. All right. So I think we can wrap up the evening. Yes.
This amazing evening? Yeah. I don't want it to end, but sure.
No, so that's the guy.
Oh yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, which guy? You'll have to narrow it down.
Tracks Old Blacks. Quick,
The 8th.
the 8th.
We got a history with him.
Yeah.
There was another one. He was the 9th?
Yeah, he would have been.
Brando
He's
killed him.
dead.
Yep.
He's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up dead.
I
Super
killed number 8, but I didn't remember it at the time.
Brando
Actually, that's
killed
the
him.
Yeah.
Huh?
Pemberley,
Personally,
Brando killed number 9.
Pemberley,
Right.
if Pemberley was to ask anyone in the know, they would tell you, uncandidly that the king is an absolute asshole. And now having met him, you believe it.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can tell his shit don't stink.
Mhm.
Or at least he seems to think so.
Mm.
I mean, that has been the historical opinion, but I'm, horrified to see that he and I might be on a path towards a respectable something.
The orcs, whenever they were commanding us, were always very, very wary whenever it came to dwarven ambushes or attacks, either from the sky or ground. And I think King Traxoblacks is just waging war with the right people at the right time. I
The
think
orcs that-
we could rely on him to fight who we think he's gonna fight.
Yeah, they have been. We don't have a great track record with ruling people in general being totally cool, but they have been the orcs have been the most forthright, I guess, in what they're about.
Straightforward. We
Yeah.
only had a bad relationship with them in the first place due to our own actions.
Still not worth the torture.
It's not to say that it was proportional.
Or the
But-
slavery.
Yeah,
Well, wild
Yeah.
notwithstanding.
it's complicated.
Hey, I got over it. Traxoblacks Black the 9th is dead, and it's fine.
You did, in fact, literally get over it.
Hmm.
And then I got under it with that shovel. Remember that? Somebody take these away from me, gosh!
You can't even taste them. Is it just a fun feeling?
Tuesday, March 20th. Wild discovers a new addiction.
You can't taste the sugar, but you can still get a sugar high.
listen, it's the gooiness, it's the stickiness.
Mhm.
I mean, maybe it's the chocolate and the I don't know. Do Warforgers have taste? I think they have taste. I just don't think I could poop.
So does it just get gummed up in like your gears and stuff? And
Yeah,
then
I
that's where
think I have to
it-
go I have to go wash off. I have to go full dude take a bath.
Okay, but it's worth it.
It's worth it.
Mhm.
Lyle doesn't care. It's worth it. He gets dirty. Other Warforgers definitely keep themselves way cleaner than he does. What do you mean your arm isn't supposed to click? Wait, it has gravel, right? It has gravel in it? No. Oh.
I mean, technically, he did get a bath months ago when he fell overboard on a ship.
Yeah, exactly.
I
I
mean,
remember that.
I mean, he's been in a swamp. Like, I assume water has made its way to Wild in one
No.
way, shape, or form.
Yeah, he did walk like I think underwater.
Yeah.
Getting to this section of land.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then it was all green. I kind of looked like a swamp man. I still find seaweed places.
Wild is swamp thing.
Can I, well, just suddenly thinking about all the dirt on him. That's fine. More, grab another, and in both hands s'mores.
Maybe wait till he's done with the marshmallow.
Okay.
And end of the night, prestidigitation.
Yeah, efficiency. Yeah.
That way he doesn't stick to like the bedroll, because that'd be unfortunate.
Oh, yeah.
I get ready to go to bed. And then I curl up next to Brando, and then I make sure to put one sticky hand over him. Hey, good night, Brando. Good night.
I was just imagining, like, at this point, Wild is so sticky that he pats Brando and just like
Webs.
lifts it, yeah, and just like lifts up the blanket.
Yes, it's full. It's a horror show.
Okay, we do have to move the clock forward at some point.
Yeah, do it.
Funny
If
as
we
this
keep
all is.
rolling, we don't have to go to war, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Hey, man, this is the night that lasts forever, and we don't have to go to war.
I lack permission to update a setting.
Don't we all?
We're
Don't
moving
we
up. We're moving up.
We all lack the permission from
It's
God.
Thursday yet.
To
It's
affect that setting.
Thursday. Ironically, it's Thursday on this clock.
Yeah, that is funny.
The morning of March 21st comes, and immediately the rather sizable military that is now taking camp around Fairbrook is beginning to mobilize. And it gets underway. And I seem to... Was there a discussion of leaving some of the military behind? Some of your guys? I'm just
I
now
think it was
remembering.
Bob.
It was specifically the band of bullywogs,
Right.
That
Possibly Bob. Yeah.
yeah, that's Cyrus in particular was like, okay, y'all did your job and mission accomplished, good job, go home.
If you want to go home, yeah. I wasn't sure if they were going to go all the way or if they mostly came just to help Fairbrook.
Yeah. I don't feel like that's something we can give them agency of, simply because, like, you paid for the unit, they're sticking around for the money. You know, like, they're not...
You know what that tells me? That tells
just,
me Bob is absolutely willing to follow us.
yeah,
Sure, maybe Bob, like, yeah, we're free, but
it's like they'll stick around if you give them a reason to. So it is really up to you. Like, do you disband this unit, or do you keep them on the payroll?
I'll keep Aaron.
We're going into the desert. They are kind of squishy. They
Yeah.
are
That's true.
frogs.
Yeah,
They're water people.
Mhm.
yeah. Let's put them on the payroll and literally stick them here.
You want to just post them in Fairbrook for now?
I mean, it would be nice to have us standing something in this place. If
Well, it's worth mentioning. It's not going. Fairbrook's not going to be a sitting duck because Odenheim is putting a garrison here. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so there will still be Stormguard in Fairbrook when you all leave.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
And honestly,
and thankfully, when we press the line forward, it'll be behind our line. So
Yeah.
you know.
And honestly, it's going to be well enough storm guard that they don't need one more unit of bullywugs to help them out. So they'll do just
okay.
fine.
Okay.
Fuck it, they get to die in Afghanistan then.
Sure.
This is gonna be some crazy mujahideen frogs.
Maybe there's a moat. There will be a moat, and then they'll help. It's fine.
Right.
They'll be okay.
Yeah. Sure. All right.
What's more decadent than a moat
Yeah.
in the desert, right?
So people are going to be marching. You guys are all in. At this point, you guys are pretty much in an officer's position. So I assume you guys are going to be on some kind of steed, unless you deliberately don't want to. But just go ahead and like describe what your writing situation is personally.
Well, I have questions first and foremost.
Okay.
Because we're talking like, not to be too war game nerdy, but since this is literally a war,
Mhm.
What exactly are Zakar's new orders going to be? Seeing as how his standing orders were to get the fuck out
Mhm.
and murder.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty simple at this point. Everybody's going east, and you know you're just a part of that. There will be more complicated orders once the enemy is in sight. But for now, it's just like we're going to Deerfang as a family.
Okay, all right.
And that's kind of the end of it.
All right, then, yeah, requisition horses for 4 of us.
Mhm.
Minus
Valiant.
one paladin with a valiant.
Yeah, I assume Cyrus is on Valiant.
Yay. My noble steed.
Everybody else gets a horse, yes?
I mean, wouldn't mind if Brando shared a horse with somebody.
Yeah.
That way
Yeah,
another
small folk
person could
probably.
get a horse.
Yeah.
You also don't have
Wild.
to, but...
Emily doesn't know how to ride a horse.
Okay,
You can
Brando's
probably ride a
riding
valiant.
with the goblin behind him.
All right.
All right.
Pemberley's riding on the back. Okay, great.
All right.
All right. You guys set out and hit the road. It's actually not like it's a few hours into the next day. You guys have been, riding for maybe 2 or 3 hours. Wild, you are accosted by a voice in your head. Not one that you hear very often, but you innately understand that this is Murtok, the orc warlord whose spirit lives in your gauntlets.
Oh, the gauntlet.
So you're just riding along, and all of a sudden,
Hey,
Hello.
Just a hey.
you are brooding. I can smell it in your blood.
I grip my reins tighter.
Nothing to say?
I don't know. I don't know what you mean. Brain. Gloves? Gloves.
Yes, the gloves.
I'm sorry, you talk to me in my brain, so I think you're my brain.
I've thought much about you the past couple days. I was ready to move on after seeing that general put you down like a mad dog. But I think I've learned something from you. Defeat is shameful, but admitting defeat is worse.
Wow.
I've traveled alongside some fierce warriors. Many were too weak. Many were more vicious than you. But you know what they have in common? They're all dead. Every last one of them. And so should you be, after the beatings you've taken. being crushed like a tomato can, impaled through the skull, but you're not dead. That's a kind of stubbornness I've seldom seen. Strength comes in many forms, and it's some powerful strength indeed to tell death itself to fuck off. So stop brooding. It doesn't suit you. If you can laugh at death, then doubt should hold no sway over you. And when the world finally does take you, leave a wound upon it so great that it will regret its victory.
Wild smiles.
Mhm.
Grips even harder on these reins and just goes, okay.
And the voice goes quiet.
Wild has a smoldering intensity. Yeah, wow, that is that's a hell of a pick-me-up. Thank you, gloves. I've never, that, the only people who usually do that was Tao, nurse. And then I look down at my gloves and I just say, you are a good friend, gloves. We will kill them all.
You don't get an active response, but you know when you're heard by your sentient clothing.
Mm-hmm. And then I just, Wild's perfectly fine. He doesn't need to share that with anybody. He just continues what.
Yep. That was for you. That was for you.
Thank you.
I forgot about those gauntlets.
Did anybody else have any parting thoughts before leaving Fairbrook?
How are the people doing since Brando was doing like the medical stuff?
I'm not going to say what Brando would think, but a reasonable person would look at the state of Fairbrook like they'll bounce back from this. It will probably take a while before Fairbrook is as grand as it once was, but the people who are still alive, they'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, Brando has less weight on his shoulders, knowing that the city will bounce back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got another problem in front of you to worry about now.
Yep, Tearfang.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So
Brando has a bone to pick with the Empress specifically.
So that's a boost to your morale. Wild's got a boost to his morale. Morale is actually pretty high since the DACA guardsmen arrived. And it's a good thing too, as the march east is arduous. That's a hard sentence to say.
Most certainly.
Didn't think that when I wrote it. Anyway, the trail is long and lonely, if not for the legions that you march alongside. The swamps dry up eventually, then the grasslands. After that, nothing but sand. As harsh a mistress as the Empress herself. No roads to help navigate. Soldiers, horses, wagons, and artillery are very hard to move through it. It is excruciatingly slow going. How do you guys feel about me pigeonholing you into a RP opportunity?
Go for it.
Deal.
I encourage it.
Okay.
I was about to ask whether I could fight the chest to start, like, I don't know, licking sand.
I got a Wild and a Cyrus.
Wild, you're seeming very intense lately. How's it going?
I'm not gonna lie, Cyrus. I'm feeling pretty good.
It was the
wasn't-
marshmallows, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
what was on me? Brando calls out.
You guys missed a spot. No.
I had the shower
sorry
for
about that.
hours. for an hour to get that sticky stuff off.
Only a little bit. Only a little bit. Just one hand.
At least Brando's like feeling his chin and stuff since he shaved for the first time in days. He's
Hey,
looking
Wild.
all handsome for a little halfling.
Oh,
Okay,
he's looking a little bit
continue.
less like he's going through a crisis.
Well, he was working like day and night, and yeah, he was stressed the heck out, so he didn't have time to upkeep his looks.
Yeah.
Now he's a handsome halfling.
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone's doing a little bit better after taking a Fairbrook. I like
Well, one sort of victory down, right?
it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But oh, Cyrus, right. I was going to say. The robe of eye.
Oh, do you want it back?
Well, no, I was going to say. Do you like it?
I mean, it's not my usual fashion. I mean, the eyeballs are kind of weird, but it's nice to be able to see where rocks and stuff are.
Then I think you should keep it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And this is real life. Matt is now going to delete Robe of Eyes off of his character sheet.
Oh,
Beautiful.
hold on. Character sheet. Inventory.
And
Adding
Cyrus
robo
is getting all of his eyes burned.
Oh my God, Cyrus! I just thought of no. It's only in a daylight spell or a one of those. It's only one of those. If I'm
A
not
light
mistaken.
spell or a daylight spell within
Or a
5
daylight
feet.
spell.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
I-
All the eyes right now are just really, really squinting.
Yeah. Oh no!
I do have to
Tiny sunglasses
say,
on every eye.
Yeah, exactly. One monocle of fucking.
Honestly, if
I
I'm
do
on a
have to
horse,
say that living in 115-degree heat right now, yeah, the 90% of those eyes are just shut.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That robe of eyes is having a day.
I'm on a horse. Valiant can be my seeing eye horse. I probably have the eyes shut, and I'm just using Bahamut vision.
You're fine. The robe of eyes is not. The only problem is you would be blinded if magical light was cast near it or on it.
Yeah. Only a
so
flashlight.
So you're fine. It's having a rough time, but it is able to do its job.
Yep. Thank you,
need
Wild.
all the sunglasses. All of them.
I'll have to hit up Grim if we encounter him ever again.
I think your cloak is crying. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It's got sand in its eye.
It's got sand.
Yep.
No. But, Cyrus, I was
Yes.
thinking, when
Mhm.
we get to a Tear Fang,
Yes.
don't think we should split up.
Okay. Were we going to split up?
I don't know. I'm just really worried
Okay.
people are going to get hurt. And all I know is that I want to be there to let me hurt the people who will hurt you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think.
And then I just grip real hard with my hands. I just show you my hard grip. I'm just like, Cyrus, get him. And you hear that
Will-
like leather creak that you do when you grip leather. You know what I mean?
We'll watch each other's backs, right? Hey.
Hell yeah.
Mhm. Hey, Wild, sorry about not trusting you guys before. I mean, I've known you for a long time, and I should trust my friends. First and foremost. I don't know. I was kind of scared, but thank you for being here.
No worries, Cyrus.
You're awesome. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Plus, I'm not going to lie, I really look forward to Pemberley and her goblin ways. Every goblin I have met so far, I have been very intrigued by, and ever since I had to give back that miniature slime,
Oh, the tiny gelatinous cube.
I miss him so much.
What was her name again? Mrs. Fizzy Wiggles?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Forgot about her. She was very cute.
I didn't. I never forgot. But yeah, but it so nonetheless, I'm excited for new friends. Usually, I'm not going to lie. I would have been on Zakar's side. Villains and betrayers are not normally very cool. But I don't. She Pemberley didn't seem like it was that way.
She
So
she came to us when she could have just run away.
exactly.
And we're trusting King Trog Jerkface the Eighth to hopefully not screw us over, so trust is good.
We've got a lot of faith riding around right now.
Yeah. Faith, that's the word.
Right on.
It's
All right,
very
sorry.
bright.
It is incredibly bright. Do you want
How
to
are
do
you
something to maybe
feeling
help the
about this?
caravan?
Yeah, is there like a covered wagon? This is terrible. Do you think maybe
Oh,
we could get like an umbrella? Like a parasol?
right. I was about to say, I was like, Cyrus, here, I'm gonna show you a trick that I have, and then I untie the cloak, and then I flip the cloak inside out, and then I tie the cloak back up.
Oh, you're so smart.
Now
Oh,
the
that's
eyes
much
are on the inside,
It's really weird though, because I can see like my armor and my back,
right?
and like I didn't know I had a mole on that right arm there.
I didn't either.
I should probably get that looked at.
This cloak is so useful.
Yeah, you don't want to be out in that sun with that.
That's skin
Apparently-
cancer.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to go to a healer.
Okay. I think technically we are healers. Well, me and Brando.
Yeah, that's one of us, bud.
Yeah. Anyways, good talk.
Good talk.
Moving on. Does let's see, who was not in that conversation? Zakar Pemberley, you got anything?
Oh boy.
Dare I put you in the same room, just the two of you?
There is also a Brando for a side
Yeah,
hustle.
Brando's riding with Pemberley.
true.
I mean,
Oh yeah, that is true.
I'm not sure how to play that because Brando did insert him into your conversation.
Oh, he
well,
rode
I mean,
closer
he
to us, and
heard-
now
Yeah.
he rode back over the other way.
Sure.
Yeah, he overheard and yelled out.
Yeah.
And now he's like no longer part of it.
Brando's just fifth wheeling every conversation. He's like, I'm here too.
He's got very good hearing.
Hey, guys, we're having a pretty good time right now, right about it. Hey.
Yeah.
It's me, Brando.
Coming to you live on
Coming to you live
yeah,
on
23
this horse.
KXP. Halfling in the morning.
All right, everybody, are you ready for your hot 5 to tier fag? Give it up for the Empress. Boo.
Oh. Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah. I'll do better.
So wait, who's talking next?
I was gonna do Zakar and Pemberley. You guys can veto that if one or more of you wants nothing to have with the other right now.
I am not about to veto it, but I also don't have I don't have material for that scene.
All right.
Allie, if you got something, by all means.
Okay.
I can look. I'll look away.
Otherwise, Brando's got some. I can
Yeah.
wait.
So, Zakar, your barrenness. Look, I'm sorry we got. Anyway, yeah. So that was an interesting conversation this morning. Gotta say.
Interesting.
Well, I wasn't talking about. Well, I don't know. I've never seen royalty before, so I mean, in person or anything like that. So
Oh,
that was
that.
kind of a fucking trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
think
The
I'm
first.
having
You know
another
what?
conversation with a 10-foot pole here, you got another thing coming, buddy. Anyway,
Yeah. The first conversation with royalty is. It. You would think that there's a lot more smoke and mirrors to royalty, but it's strange to say that there is something about them. Also, there's something to be said about, killing them and making friends with them. We've done both. So, it gets
yeah,
it gets even weirder as that goes on.
I see. How do you decide on what sort of royalty you intend to befriend and which you descend to murderize? Because like that guy there, he was like treating you all like shit. I mean, just from my point of view. I mean, I don't get. I mean, call me a luddite, but yeah, I don't get it. I don't get why you answer to him.
Well, the simplest answer I can give you is I follow him because I agreed to, and in exchange I was given. And Zakar gestures just around him to the fine clothes, the robes, the horses, the army, like. So it was a business deal more than anything. One that we as a group all earned together, so to speak. But only one person could be declared the new Baron of Blackram, and everyone else rejected it.
Yeah,
I
that seems.
didn't necessarily want it, but if you, my little goblin, were offered a home bigger than any you had ever seen, all the food you could eat throughout your life, people to do all of the work of everything for you, and all you had to do was, whatever your king or empress, as you would probably better understand it, told you to do. Well, there are worse deals to make.
I don't know. Do you think it's worth it? I mean,
Cyrus and them told you about the World Eater, right?
like, yeah, I've got bits and pieces.
The Raven Queen gave us the task of saving this realm, this plane of life. And so I could either ally with this kingdom and all of its allies, again gesturing around, or I could try to take my friends and fight a literal god killer. I'm not about to say that we got off on the wrong foot, but if I offer one proverbial olive branch to you, little goblin, is that I am pragmatic.
As am I. I think And I think I'm kind of understanding you a little better. Because, yeah, maybe underneath all that pomp and circumstance and shit ton of lightning, yeah, I mean, yeah, you care about them. And that's what's important. At least that's what I think, anyway.
Them, my friends, and the Raven Queen are about all I have, arguably all I have ever had in this life. And the pomp and
And you're a
circumstance,
rich man indeed. Oh,
the pomp and circumstance I will be rid of as soon as circumstances allow. But as you saw last night, this baronship has earned the support of an entire kingdom against our for our world-saving efforts. Possibly two, if we're being perfectly honest. But that's, well, actually, no, two. It's hard to say. Politics says, never mind. But point being is that, well, I guess that it's working more than not at all. And if we can get this particular conflict done that much sooner, well, hopefully the allyship between the orcs and the dwarves lasts, well, throughout the calendar year or so.
yeah, and if kind of. Yeah, that is something I heard about the outside, sort of. But suffice to say, even at the end of this, even if you do leave, even if you do leave, you know, I'd still say you're a rich man indeed.
uh, you're a cute one.
Yeah, you're pretty okay yourself.
Do you actually have any gold?
Do I? I don't. Fuck if I know. No.
Do you even know what gold is?
Yeah, I know what gold is. I mean, I lived in Tiafang for six years. I mean, yeah, gold buys chickens, gold buys weird flags, gold buys I mean, Tiafang has its own currency based in metals, I think. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I know. I mean, I don't know what of gold, but I know, and maybe inflation. I don't know what the value is currently. I mean, I don't know what inflation's like, but yeah.
Zakar kind of offhandedly reaches into his bag of holding and pulls out a stack of coins. And leans over to Pemberley on Brando's horse and like hands it to her.
What? What's that? What?
It won't behoove our new intern to just be penniless.
No. I mean, thank you. I mean, holy shit.
You count it out, and it's something like 50 gold.
No, thank you, Baron.
You're welcome.
Oh my gosh. Oh dang, this is heavy. Okay, putting it in the bag.
It's and then Zakar proceeds to explain the scale of economy of copper, silver, gold, platinum, etc.
Okay, that can carry on for a bit. Anyway, the
Wait, doesn't Brando get a conversation?
I
Brando was part of every conversation. Brando was part of every conversation.
Brando was part of every conversation. Also, I really like that. Like Pemberley said, "Yeah, I know what gold is," in the most doesn't know what gold is way.
That kind of like, yeah, I bet. Pff, you kidding me?
Is orange, ain't it? In like metal? Great. Yeah, I've been around. I've seen gold. I've touched gold.
I've
I
eaten gold?
I've golded all over the place.
Yeah.
It's just again, it's just like a teenager who's never touched a boob and totally
Right.
touched a boob.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, um, the march continues through the desert. It is.
Can I
It
say
is.
something?
What you got, Brandon?
Like, okay, I'll start this awkwardly. So you're a goblin again,
To Pemberley?
to Pemberley. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Always been a goblin. Yeah.
Well,
Uh,
at least you changed from one goblin to another. We used to know
yeah.
that.
It's a little illusion magic. It's kind of, things get a little complicated when you like change sizes and stuff like that. Because I mean, unless you're like polymorphing, it's like, if somebody gets close to you and touches you, then it like, yeah, hand goes right through you. Yeah, you've been had, and yeah.
It's interesting magic. It's eyesight means so much. Um, were those giant mosquito things that we rescued you from your house? Were those illusions as well?
Oh, no, no, no. They're in the desert. They sort of, or they're in the swamp. They sort of come and go. Of the um empresses. The sort of the cadre out of Tiafang, and they sort of come and go. Just you sort of have to hide where you live in, and they sort of pass by, and you can just get on with your life. It's only when they spot you, you're in trouble.
Uh, that sounds like you had that mosquito problem under control, and we just happened to be there. But
Maybe,
how
maybe
to
not.
say, you could have really slowed down the progress of the dwarven army when we arrived on shore. Because seeing you change an entire, was it a mile of landscape, 5 feet to the left, would have really stopped us or slowed us down when we landed our ships.
Oh,
So, thank you for aiding in that.
Man, man, you give me way too much credit. I I mean, if I effed you all over like that, I mean, that would have been the end of it, you know.
Hmm. Like, heck,
And
you could have even done it without us knowing. Like, we didn't, or how did our party end up knowing that she did that?
we watched her do it.
yeah,
She was like, "Here's this thing that I'm going to do, and it's really cool."
I mean, you guys are
I
probably
Probably
100.
wrongly.
I mean, those are 100-foot hexes. You guys are probably very far away from her when she did it. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
we were in a big forest, and it's like all of a sudden this happened.
you
So
tell
we
me.
witnessed it,
Point.
but we don't know if she was the cause of it.
You tell me if and
I
how
Never
she
did.
did any
yeah,
of that,
I
or
think,
how
yeah,
you
I
would
think
know.
she told us when she was doing it,
yeah, I could have
yeah.
I could have sworn.
even though we were farther apart than probably a conversation would have made sense. But like, I
Mhm.
remember a discussion being had.
So
I
you
dare.
were. Oh,
I'll
go
come
ahead.
to you. I'll come to you in real life, and we'll step 100 feet apart, and I will yell at you, and you will hear me.
Okay.
Suffice to
Um.
suffice to say, I I feel like I really have to apologize to you most of all. I'm really sorry for I mean, I took advantage of you when you were not in a very good place. I took the stone when you were unconscious, and it's really fucking unforgivable, and it's a really fucking shitty thing to do, and I really just I mean, I know there's nothing I can do to make it up to you. I've really screwed all your friends over, you and your friends over, and I just fuck.
I wish I could say it'll be okay, but we'll just have to see. Actually, come to think of it, how did you do that? The stone was in my bag of holding. Actually, yeah, Rando would have kept it in the bag of holding, and Rando remembers the Empress having done this with Gon's staff of seven wonders, or
The Rod of Seven.
the Rod of Seven.
Oh, wait, does he also have Staff of Wonders? A Rod of
No,
Wonders?
Brando still has the staff of seven wonders.
Well,
And
if,
he
I mean,
was
if
the one in charge on it.
I was
There's
gonna
two
say,
different-
okay, back up. Like
Yeah,
you just
everybody.
said like 5 wrong things
Sorry.
at once.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a Rod of Seven pieces, and then there's a Staff of Wonders. They're two different.
I think you're thinking of
Things.
the Wand of Wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Wanda Wonder.
If somebody has a Wand of Wonder, that's news to me. I'm not saying you don't. It fucking 12-year-old campaign. Have a Wand
might
of
be
Wonder
thinking
by
of
all
that.
means.
He used it once, he shrunk, and I got to talk like this because I
That's-
was
Yeah.
That's right. That
Yeah,
definitely
You guys
did
told
happen.
me about that. Yeah.
that definitely happened. No, the
Well, I mean-
the Rod of Seven Parts Gon definitely had last time you talked to him.
Yeah.
well, I mean, if you're given a detailed enough description, maybe a picture, if you know what you're looking for, then you can find it.
Brando tilts his head. How do you know what you're looking for? I don't
Well,
think
my
you've seen
contact
it
told me.
before.
My contact told me exact detail, what it was. Didn't know where it was going to, but yeah, blue sending stone. Yeah, I know. And I mean, no doubt and I mean, due to you being on Tierfang's radar, it gave me information on exactly what it looks like.
Brando
So-
scratches his beard, thinking on that. Because I think we used the blue sending stone at Zakar's place. So maybe that one goblin that was a demoness knew about it. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Morta.
Morta?
Morta.
Yeah.
I think it might have been.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I don't remember.
I think that's when we were at Black Ram when we were plotting out who gets what sending stone.
Mhm.
So she probably saw
Oh.
all of that.
Mm-hmm. It was our big plan where we literally did.
We all gathered around a table and we're like,
All right,
"Here's our
blue goes to.
Yeah.
It's just like, guys, we got to make this dumb proof because just in case.
My
Yep.
machinations lie undetected for years.
We're
It
smart.
turns out it's really easy to steal stuff from idiots. I think that might be the thing that we're learning.
Like Great Club.
Well, so
Hey!
I'm sorry.
A modern
Can't
genius.
just steal Great Club.
You're right.
Oh, Matt. Also, I'm gonna send you a thing real quick.
Oh, take.
But it's like, yeah, you were able to even go against your own troops. You were able to sacrifice them to getting close. That seemed like an acceptable thing for you at the time.
Well, yeah, kind of. I was told, to make an omelet. I mean, we're fighting for the greater good, essentially. That, if they die, they go to the hells, they come back. It's not as permanent a thing. At least that's what I was told. So yeah, I mean, it was easy, and especially like with the idea that I was doing, that I was chosen, that I was special, that I was finally able to, make something of my life. Not like, I don't know, plucking chickens like my parents, or testing weapons, or, I got to do something that's greater than myself.
How'd you
Look where
learn
that turned
magic?
out. Look how that turned out.
How'd you learn magic?
uh, I don't know. Accidentally murder a bog witch and then get stuck in her hut for 7 years.
Sorry, Brando's having Vietnam flashbacks at that.
Oh yeah. Oh, the bog hag, the swamp hag.
Brando entirely goes stone faced and goes, I understand entirely.
I'm realizing now how funny it is that like your guys' world was turned upside down irrevocably for the next 15 levels by a bog hag, and Pemberley accidentally
That's
killed one by getting it to choke on a good berry or something.
Yeah. How powerful she is. We all have trauma still from that swamp hag. And you're just like, yeah, she's got peanut allergy, it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't want to like start assigning blame or anything, but like it definitely, that was like the first domino. But the second domino was Cyrus's deal with Asmodeus, which I just want to point out is a really big jump.
Which happened during the swamp hag thing.
Yeah, same day.
Same day.
Yeah,
we
same
were
day.
all dying. Time stopped.
Which I out of character, I absolutely understand that.
Yeah.
But also it's like, like we're losing to this bog hag, which is, a really bad time. What are the options? Run away or Asmodeus Pact?
And well, like 3 of us were
Hmm.
unconscious.
We could not run
I-
away.
We
We
could not run
tried to
away.
run away.
I actually don't remember it well enough now to be like, you could say anything about like we were all dying and bleeding out,
Yeah.
and I can't argue because I don't remember it well enough.
Brando tried to run. A plant thing came up, smacked Brando into the cabin. So
Yeah,
Brando
we were
broke down a
pretty bad.
wall. Came out, another thing popped up, smacked Brando into the cabin. Brando had Zakar break a wall down. Brando ran out. Another thing came up and
It's back
smacked
and back.
Brando into the cabin. And I'm like, God damn it.
Someday I will get out of this cabin and then I will burn it to the ground.
This is why we still have trauma about this fight. Yeah, I think was it Grim then or Vilmac?
No,
It might have been
Oh,
Vilmac. It might have been
But
Vilmac back then.
Thomas's character
No,
was
no, no, no,
unconscious.
no, 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 no. If Cyrus was there, Grim was there.
yeah,
Okay,
it had to have been Grim
Grim
because
was unconscious. I think Brando was also unconscious.
Brando
I don't-
eventually got unconscious because he took too much damage from the plant things.
Yeah,
Back
Zakar
into the
was
cabin.
low on hit points. Cyrus was low on hit points. I
you're
don't remember what
thinking of
Tom went to.
Konketsuo, who was probably just fucking gone.
I think Gun was just burning everything.
Was Gone with us at the time, or was
Maybe.
Rourke with us?
Durark was definitely not with you.
Rourke
Yeah.
was first of the Five Pints to leave Quotey Fingers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And
The
then
point
Rourke
is, it was
definitely
not a good. It was not a good outlook, and Cyrus was new to adventuring, and it seemed like all his brand new friends were about to die. And also, Cyrus is dumb and didn't realize that was Asmodeus he was talking to. Do.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Well, he was panicking. Like,
No,
I think
that actually like
Yeah.
makes like way more sense because I'm like, no, never mind.
Yep.
Let,
A
let's
charismatic person freezes time and is like, "Hey, do you want to save your friends, or do you want to die?" And the frog is like, I'd like to save my friends. That'd be great." And then I turn into a monster.
The frog was like Battletoads pause music.
Oh no!
let's move
Chris
on.
was real slick
But
about
yeah,
how to do that.
Brando
Sorry.
was like, okay, is there anything that you can tell us to help us in this battle? Because honestly, it's not that we want to conquer new territory or anything. We just want to be left alone. They brought the fight to us. We can beat them down, keep them from fighting, but we're not going to be cruel about it. At least I hope that we won't be. I cannot speak for everybody of our troops.
Yeah, it's gonna be a real fuck up, but honestly, I mean, it's been 7 years. I haven't set foot in Tierfang in half my life. I I mean, I could probably give you the basic layout, but based on what you told me, it seems like you were there more recently than I was.
Oh, yes. And we know the
Truth.
troops are mighty and strong.
Mm.
I mean, yeah, if we
Right.
get there, I mean, if I recognize anything, I'll let you know. But
Brando
yeah,
tries thinking for a moment. When all this is over, what would you like to do? Who do you want to be? How do you want to live your life?
heck if I know. It's been a day since I pretty much left everything that I believe in. So I think I might have to get back to you on that. But I don't know. Cyrus said a world tour.
Mhm.
I think that might sound pretty fun, pretty damn fun. Yeah.
It sounds like Cyrus knows what you need. Being cooped up, a world tour doesn't sound like a bad thing. Maybe I'll help you find that answer.
I really appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think so. So, Brando, and also, I mean, I just wanted to say you have a good heart. I saw what you did out there, healing everybody at the expense of yourself and your well-being and your sleep, and you got a good head on your shoulders.
Brando
Or at least a good heart.
mutters to himself. Sometimes I can overdo myself, and I don't know. These guys help keep me in check when they do. Otherwise, I don't know where I'd be. It's good to have people looking out for you.
Yeah, I I agree. Yeah.
So yeah, if you have questions, feel free to ask. I'm sure your mind probably might be worse than mine was a few days ago. I'm not saying I'm out of the woods yet, but I think your weight's larger than my weight.
It ain't a fucking competition.
That's fair. That's a good way to think of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you have questions, feel free to ask.
Same here. And we'll try to make sure you don't overdo it.
Thank you. Because I can't say for myself if I will or won't again.
Okay, future's uncertain. Apparently we have an angry moon.
Only we could send that moon careening towards, well, after Tierfang, you'll see eventually.
See. Yeah, well.
and then I think I'm good there.
Good
We can
talk.
move on.
And
All right.
see.
I got nothing but things to say to you guys.
Yes.
You know, I assume you guys have a number of conversations because there is a lot of time to kill.
Mhm.
You guys
Yes.
are in this desert for a long time. The army does not move quickly. By day, the sun is stifling. By night, the cold is racking. Every dune you scale, you hope to see something different. Anything at all. And every time you're disappointed. The sands almost literally erode the spirit, as if you were slowly being digested by hell itself. The treacherous climate is made all the worse, coupled with the fact that where you are going, you know there is no refuge.
Mm.
Brando gets a thought.
Do share.
Is it possible to make it so it feels like we're wandering the desert forever? Like illusion.
that. Okay.
Mm.
Wait, what'd you say, Allie?
Oh no, that was a joke. Sorry. I said I could do that.
Do you think that the Empress has put a spell on the desert or something to make it even worse to travel?
Yeah, like it feels like it's taking forever to get there, and we're maybe
I,
caught in a loop where it is taking forever.
I see what you're saying. Make an
Mhm.
Arcana check, Brando.
Okay. Brr. 5 pints.
Look at us,
I take sand.
an hour and 45 minutes into the game, and we're finally rolling a dice. I'm kind of proud of
I
us,
take-
actually.
We've been having serious role playing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Brando, you know magic's weird and nothing is impossible. I would say that if that were the case, you are not attuned to the magic enough to notice that it's happening.
Mhm.
That is to say, if there is an illusion, you don't see it. Even if you're aware that it could be an illusion.
And I feel like we need to ask somebody to make sure because, yeah, like that would be a terrible thing for not only us to possibly die just marching forever, but to
Mhm.
be weakened and then be overtaken by the
Mhm.
enemy.
I mean, we've marched through this desert before. Can we
Mhm.
do like a nature check just to confirm this is
Yeah, there's
the same
definitely
bullshit?
there's definitely some familiarity here. I mean, it seems in hindsight, I feel like when I described the desert to you the first time you were here, I was way less flowery and more succinct
Mm.
about it.
Mhm.
It's a shitty desert. That's
Ah.
that's the long and short of it. If there's
Mm.
any ensorceling here, that's a bigger question.
During one of our stops, like maybe we did this during like midday rest.
Mhm.
Can I take 10 minutes and commune with
Commune?
nature?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, you can commune with nature.
talk
Let's
to a
see.
scorpion.
You instantly gain knowledge of up to 3 facts of your choice.
I sink my feet into the sand, and then I
Kangaroo.
grab some in my hands and I rub them in my gloves.
Mhm.
And I just go, all right, let's see. Powerful fiends? Are there any here?
Oh,
In
you're
3
asking me.
miles? Yeah.
3 miles. Yeah, you don't. I'll go ahead and tell you, like, finding life out here is hard.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely don't see any fiends nearby.
Okay. I turn over to the guys. I don't sense any fiendish nefaric energies, so I don't think they're that way. Well, you guys think of any other things? I turn over to Pemberley. Pemberley,
Yeah.
do you
Yeah, big
know of
guy?
any Do you know of any landmarks in the sand?
Can I do a history check to?
Sure.
18.
18?
Yeah.
It has been a long time since you were here. What's the question? Landmarks?
Yeah.
Like oh yeah, that's the ancient Tower of Doobly-Doo.
Mhm.
That was down.
This,
That's Big Butt Mountain.
I mean, you know,
Right. Big Bud Mountain.
yeah, you know
Yeah,
the one.
yeah.
Butt Mountain.
It's
Yeah.
actually,
It's a
it's
tourist
kind of,
attraction.
it's kind of like two mountains next to each other, real close. Anyway, butt jokes. You do know that like there's occasionally rocky outcroppings that come up, and there's the occasional oasis that happens, on the trail. But it has been so long. There is no way that you would have remembered where any of that stuff was, and none of it sticks out as being especially important or
Right.
remarkable.
Okay.
I guess maybe I could sit down for 10 minutes and do detect magic.
Yes.
Sure.
Brandel will assist. Because he's got a hunch
Mhm.
that
Oh.
something is afoot here.
Okay.
They're
by the way.
expecting us.
All right. You guys want to?
By the way, Chris,
yeah.
is there
go ahead.
influence from other planes of existence? And is there a nearby body of water? Even or an oasis?
Yeah, I will say like your ability helps in the finding of water, which is an ongoing problem for this whole expedition. So yeah, totally. As far as influence from other planes of existence, boy, that's a weird bullet point, isn't it?
That's
Yeah.
specific.
Yeah.
I mean, I know for a fact there's a plane of existence in our like backpack that is definitely being affected. So and,
Sure.
But also, we know
Also-
someone from another plane of existence who might be heavily invested in influencing this area.
Mhm.
I mean, we also do have Bahamut's light literally glowing out of your eye
Yeah,
sockets. So.
I don't know
Yeah.
that you had. Yeah, I mean, you definitely pick on Bahamut's light. I don't think you would pick up on anything else.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I think the desert sucks.
Brando's also on water refill duties because he has that decanter of unlimited water.
Oh,
nice.
that's great
So
news.
he's
Yep.
Oh
he's
my god.
refilling everybody's water bottles.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Totally. You're on water duty like twice a day.
Twice a day to
Mhm.
the point where maybe Brando's riding on the back of the horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brando's riding reverse on the back of the horse so that way people come up to the back of the horse, get a refill, and then walk away, and Brando's just like, yep.
It's like when you when an aircraft does like the midair refueling thing. Like that's what's going on. Is people just come up behind the halfling on a horse and just drop that shit. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway.
So the troops are being watered up enough, and then if the Bullywog is drying out, like Brando's all like spraying him like with a hose.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
All of Bob needs like a mister.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. You are a
Turn
godsend, Brando.
I'm glad that decanter came in use. Like,
Yep.
I think I only used it one other time as
This is
attack.
the time to use that magic item.
Yep.
Anyway, you guys were gonna ritual cast a detect magic. It sounded like.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. You guys. I mean, in short, you don't pick up on any magic that is out of the ordinary. But a thing that happens is like there's Brando. You don't pick up on this, but Pemberley definitely does. You walk away from the ritual feeling just a little weird, just a little off. And it's the kind of feeling off that, like, you can't put a finger on it when it happens. But there's a feeling. A presence that you haven't felt since you left Tierfang. Like, you didn't even notice it was there when you lived there, but after tasting its absence for 7 years, it's unmistakable. And you're not sure what it means right away. Just a feeling. But it's loud and it's oppressive. Every night, it gets a little harder to sleep. And you become more certain of it every day that passes. It's her. She's watching. She knows. And the days go on.
Let's see. Can I see the world? Let me look at the world map here.
Yeah, I
for a
don't
sec.
have it. I don't have it ready, but you guys bugged me
Let me
to.
find
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
world
ready.
map. I was trying
I
to
can
figure out
post
what
it
to
in the.
do.
Do you want me to post it in the Discord? Do you have a copy of it?
I have a folder with it somewhere.
Okay.
Oh, but yeah, I definitely love one.
Yeah, feel free to post it.
Oh, let me see if I can.
Someday I'll make sure it's in Foundry so that when we're playing, you guys can just pull it up.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe too big to add to Discord. Let's find out.
Oops.
Gonna find out. Did I even put that in? My file is too powerful.
We'll do it later.
Let's see if I can get it.
There's a tiny version of it right there on the screen.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, enhance!
Yeah, see, you guys are here, and Tierfang's here.
Yeah, we're right here,
Yeah.
and Tierfang over here,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Oh yeah, I think I see.
mhm.
Need to see more.
Alright, yeah, scroll in, enhance.
Oh, found it. Okay. So Tierfang is very much south. So I'm almost like we could follow or head directly south, follow the coastline. So we'll at least be like near the ocean and then head north-ish when we need to.
Nah. The decision is largely out of your hands at this point.
Okay.
The army's moving in a straight line to the best of its ability.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna skirt the mountain that's like directly to the east of Fairbrook, but after that, it's a straight eastern march to Tierfang.
Do we also have scouts going ahead just in case there's like a large antlion hole?
Oh yeah, this
Oh,
is
absolutely.
this is a huge operation. Like you
Okay.
guys are not, if you guys doubled your entire military, like just you guys, like the forces of Black Ram and Bifrost combined, you could double that, and you still wouldn't even be the majority of the units here. Like this is a massive expedition. And yes,
Okay.
there's plenty of scouts. Nobody's worried about losing your way. The Daka Rune Lords are leading the way with a combination of scrying spells and other arcana that is helping them, figure out the right way to go.
Mhm.
It's
Okay.
a whole
Just
thing.
trying to take preventative measures because I know they've got some sort of trap waiting for us.
Probably. But everybody's being super vigilant, and there hasn't been a ton of. Occasionally, you guys do encounter,
The desert's bigger than us too.
there's definitely indigenous creatures out here that can be a problem, but you guys have more than enough forces to deal with whatever it is when it does come up. It's not even worth mentioning.
Okay.
I definitely let the group know, like especially Zakar, just like yeah, we're definitely being watched. And
Why, you didn't expect that?
no, but just
Oh.
wanted to confirm it.
Well, alright. Then allow me to be the one to horrify you. The last time we were here and were given audience to Her Highness.
You what?
Uh,
I mean, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened also, by the way.
It's very weird. I have lots of feelings about this.
Yeah, I bet. But yeah, she was kind enough to tell us that her domain of influence and power and magic and very intimidating stuff. You got the idea.
Yeah.
Extends as far as the furthest grain of sand. So the second we touched the proverbial first grain of desert, she knew we were here. It's no mystery or anything.
Well, I mean, it's just sort of I guess, it's an issue of information. I guess it would be safe to say whatever we know, she knows.
Well, she knew that we were coming in the first place. There's nothing about this particular situation that wasn't going to be obvious from the get-go. There was no way that Tierfang was ever going to be able to hold a Fairbrook, not for any long, meaningful amount of time, unless every other power or kingdom in the realm just simply stood idly by. Which, of course, wasn't going to happen.
No.
Hey, do you think she expected like this was part of a plan? Like she took Fairbrook as like a way to lure all the other kingdoms to come here?
I like that method of thinking, Frog.
No, the answer
It
is
was really depressing
possibly.
for me.
The answer is possibly, Cyrus.
Mm,
The timing of it all, the motivation, it's all clearly serving some purpose of someone, somewhere. Who and what and why are the only questions we have yet to uncover. But they're probably going to show us in just a matter of time. Tell us all how we are so very foolish and ignorant to fall right into their schemes. And then we kill them.
Just as long as we can save as many troops' lives as possible for when
Well,
this trap does spring.
in an operation this big, Brando, that's not up to us.
That is true.
The 5 pints, in the grand scheme of this, we can only do just what we've always done, really.
And that is.
Just another Tuesday.
Special Forces team.
just try to survive.
Technically, it's Wednesday.
Bring back Thursday.
I was waiting for someone to say it, too.
Yeah.
to which Zakar repeats, just another Tuesday.
Brando gets a chuckle. It gets his spirits up a little bit.
Moving
weirdly
forward, I think.
lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Did you have more? I mean, I could. I
No,
feel like
no,
if I just
no,
let
I
you
feel
guys
like-
talk, you won't stop.
yeah. No, it's good. Go ahead.
I mean, we all know our characters well enough that you could probably record an entire podcast of us in character without
Yeah.
stopping.
Yeah, totally.
Uh-huh.
It's a problem. I might have to put like a
Mm,
like one of those stopwatches they use for chess. It's like, nope, your 3 minutes are up. We're moving on.
Yeah.
next thing.
I'm trying to have a deep conversation about marshmallows.
much further into the sand.
Yeah.
Crunchy fly.
I mean, to be fair, our characters don't have anything better to do right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a road trip. Chris, though,
Yeah.
for every day that we're traveling, I have 5 divine senses,
Okay.
and it's just like it's only like within 60 feet of me, but
Mhm.
it's Cyrus is just periodically pinging for, any signs of fiends, fae, celestial, etc. nearby.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair. What was the range on that? Like 100 feet? I want to say
It's 60 feet. It's not
60
great.
feet. It's not great. Yeah. You
No.
nobody probably ever gets that close to you. But
Yeah.
I think like you guys would have enough perception checks available to you that occasionally you guys would get a sighting of like like a squadron of Cambion or something, something winged that is
Okay.
clearly not just birds. But they all seem like they have, when you do see them, it seems like they have a task and they give you a wide berth. They stay well up in this. They either are so far up in the sky you don't have to worry about them, or they don't even dare approach.
Hmm.
But you definitely catch them here and there every few days.
Good to
Anyway,
know.
let me organize some things here. All right, so
Sandbeards.
it feels like a lifetime. The reality is, it takes 2 whole weeks to get to Tierfang.
Hopefully, we at least have enough food.
Oh yeah,
Hey, Pemberley,
you guys make it
Yeah.
just fine.
did they tell you about Graves yet?
Uh,
A little bit. Yeah.
A little bit.
Oh
Yeah.
be prepared to piss your pants.
Yeah.
what,
Yeah.
what,
I
what
hear,
Brando said.
yeah. I hear
You'll
he's
know
a really
him.
ominous figure.
Yeah, no, you'll know him when you see him. Don't stand close to him. Is to stand very far away.
Just run.
You let me handle him.
Run
I'll
and
stand close to him, and then all of you hit him while holding.
It's
Okay, as long as you come home.
Zakar gives Wild like just a soft tink on the head with his staff, and it's like, so we will stand next to him, but the rest of you do totally need to nuke him into the ground because it is not going to be a very long holding pattern.
Yeah.
hmm
what was that you said, Pemberley?
Oh, I said, yeah, it's okay as long as you come home, okay?
Mm.
Okay, buddy.
Oh yeah. Just make sure to beat that guy's head into paste, or maybe a lightning bolt, or mind bullets. I don't know exactly what powers. If you got a little knife.
A mind knife?
No, I mean like literally. I don't.
Oh,
If you got a
just
little
little
knife, you might be able to stab him. I mean,
Put it in.
he's also a warforged, so it's not like it's gonna,
Yeah.
be that easy.
So what
I
we
know.
need to do is surround it and then hit it till it dies.
Yeah. You guys just don't stand within 5 feet of it. Easy.
That's worked every time you've attempted it.
Every time we've attempted it, the time that we lost, and the time that we got away.
I feel like the time we were most successful against him was when Gon literally turned into a dinosaur and jumped out the window with him.
I mean, you didn't even see what happened.
Successful? That was
But we
not
know he got
successful.
really hurt.
He did not. No, he was like unscathed. Like
Wasn't he?
the time
I
that
went-
we got to do damage on him was the last encounter we had with him, where he was actually taking damage.
I thought Gon hurt him pretty bad with that whole.
I mean, he
falling
did.
out the window.
He certainly tried. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much I should tell you about what happens when a dinosaur grabs a dude and jumps off a tower.
As you do.
But I'll tell you what. When the bird transforms into a dinosaur, grabs the guy, jumps off a tower, and then a couple minutes later, the guy comes back dragging a dead bird.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You
Wait,
can.
he didn't die.
He was on death saves.
Yeah.
I made him
True,
roll
he
it.
was.
I was like, dude,
Yeah.
it's fine if you want to jump off the tower. You
Uh-huh.
don't have enough time to signal your friends to come heal you, so you roll some
Yeah.
death saves. If you get 3 failures, this is the end of Gun Ketsuo. Because even if Graves wanted you to survive this, he doesn't know how to heal anybody. That's not his department. and it's a long way back to the top of the tower.
Oh yeah, we played this live, so the audience doesn't even know about this.
No, that happened.
true.
That happened in Kevin's living room.
Wow.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
yeah, that was a wild time.
That was a session of. Phew.
Yeah,
Lost.
I'm gonna move on.
Yeah,
time.
let's move on.
So, 2 weeks pass. It is April 4th by the time you guys arrive at the walls of Tyrfang.
Happy
Hey,
anniversary,
can I hear
Chris
you?
and Ann,
Yeah, it happened a couple days
Yeah.
and
ago.
happy birthdays.
Yeah,
Yeah. Happy
Can we?
almost.
Say, can one of you magic types press to digitate up a cool breeze?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
not a concern.
I hold up the whistle rock. Nice. Nice. This is good.
Yep.
I can't get it to do this most of the time.
I don't have lungs.
I can't blow.
Oh no, I cast minor illusion on the shell, and it sings a pina colada song.
Nice.
That's awesome.
If you like pina coladas.
So yeah, Tyrfang, you're there now. And
Yep.
Does it look as shitty as we remember?
it looks about how you remember.
Awesome.
Okay,
Can-
you know, whether
Can we get a fresh descript?
Yeah.
That's true.
well, let me read what I got. Then
Yes.
we can have that discussion. Whether by relief or anxiety, you can't help but intake breath upon seeing the city. The Golden Tower rises high enough to see over any dune. The sight of it unsettling even now. That's a picture of some
Okay.
storm guard and a golden tower. Just to
Yeah,
set the
Directed
scene.
giant laser.
Very cool.
There will be a day of rest. The camp will be made.
Mhm.
The siege has begun. Tomorrow morning, you make history. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about Tyrfang, to be honest. It's sandstone walls around a rather, it is a large city. It is on the scale of something like Dachau or Odenheim. But it is completely encased by sandstone walls. The only thing you can really see past that is the Golden Tower, where the Empress resides.
How tall are the walls? The sandstones.
God, I don't know.
We still have bombs.
They're probably like 500 feet up or something. And yeah, the idea of bombing sandstone has come up. You're in the company of dwarves. So
It is only sandstone.
it is only
Do we
sandstone.
still?
Oh,
Last time we needed a token or something, like drop a nuke from its chimney.
Batman reference.
Mhm.
I mean,
Continue.
it's not a bad idea, except that she's got a lot of flyers.
True.
That's true.
This is going to be
Oh,
a
yeah.
big fight.
I mean, like,
Mhm.
yeah, like,
No, okay.
that's true. She's just like throwing paraphernalia or propaganda out the windows. But I meant like flying units. Yes. Both.
If we march around their city walls once a day for 6 days, and then 7 times on the 7th day, I'm pretty sure if we blow some horns, they'll all come falling down.
Yeah, you have that show.
hey, Wild, do you remember Orfeo?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, that's he's from here.
Why did we
Oh.
not ask Orfeo to help us with this? Where's Orfeo?
Because he turned us down, Cyrus. He is not
Oh.
an adventurer like us.
Yeah.
That's true, and he's already died once. Thanks to us.
And he did say something about never wanting to visit there ever again.
And he really just doesn't want to come back. Which,
That's
I
fair.
mean, makes a lot of sense. We didn't want to come back either.
Best of luck, friends. You will go without me.
I miss Orfeo.
Straight up, are we within 3 miles of that
3 miles
of that
oof.
pillar?
Of the tower.
I know it's tough. Yeah.
Of the tower,
probably not.
Definitely not.
Okay.
Yeah, at this
Are
point,
we
you guys
within
are
3
well
miles
away.
to the wall? Okay.
Yeah, there would be. So the assessment would be, they definitely see your army coming from miles away. So they have definitely posted up, like, ready to receive a siege whenever
Okay, that is
it comes.
exactly that is
And that-
exactly what I was wondering.
Yeah, and that's a good enough reason for the Storm Guard to be like, cool, we'll camp way the fuck over here.
Mhm. Well outside of reach.
Yes, yeah.
If they want to come get us, they really do have to sally out.
Yeah, like nobody's in danger of accidentally getting into a scuffle out here. Everybody's just waiting for the horns. So, that's the scene. You guys are uncharacteristically silent at this time. But a camp is set up. You guys, and you know, the word is the siege starts in the morning properly. You guys are going to start busting heads.
All right.
Yay.
All right.
So guys,
Is,
time to think of some nasty plans.
I would say, like, is this
Actually,
what-
on that subject,
Mhm.
uh, it's. I guess my question is like Zakar at this point would probably be like looking at his proverbial anachronistic wristwatch, being like, okay, where's the war council, or when's
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, no, that's a fair question. At this point, you're not the only moving part here.
Obviously.
But there is a lot of people to count. At this point, like, this operation is large enough that they don't talk to you very much. Like, at this point, like, you've really taken a back seat. Their preparations will, like, when they need to tell you something, they will. And in the meantime, just chill out. Just mind your troops, you know, so on and so forth. You guys personally in a holding pattern. There's other people more important making decisions and things right now. but yeah, but
more militarily. Right?
yeah, exactly. Like, you guys are just kind of bench seat right now. But
Grumble.
yeah, exactly. But it's one of those things where it's like, when things start and everybody's ready to go, like, you'll get the orders of, like, what the plan is, and and if they need your ear about something, they'll get you.
Okay.
But the day passes, the night passes, uneventfully. And I'll go ahead and move the clock forward. Friday. We're gonna go. Nope, did that wrong. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. What do we think? 6 a.m. Had a good time for start a siege.
Mhm.
All right. So, changing tabs. All right. The next morning, you guys shake off the cobwebs of unconsciousness. Your minds go through all those steps of remembering where you are and when you are, realizing again how important of a day it is that you've just woken into. And then it falls on you to prepare for your day with that weight hanging above your head. And it's at this point we're gonna take a moment to just pull the camera around and cut to each one of you guys in turn. Dramatic music montage type situation as we just catch all of you preparing for your day. So, Brando,
Yo.
what's Brando's morning routine look like? What do we see this morning?
Let's see. His morning routine will be wake up, drink a shot of scotch, and then and then let's see. I don't think there are showers out here. He could use the decanter of water, but he'll shave and then he'll start filling up people's waters. Oh, also breakfast at some point.
Oh yeah, that is assumed. You guys will need
Especially
breakfast.
second breakfast.
Yeah. Now that you've been through war a little bit, yeah, breakfast is gonna happen. Don't worry.
All right.
Wild. What's your morning look like?
Wild hasn't really slept. He's been sitting kind of outside of the tent, overlooking the kind of thing, and seeing the great golden tower in the distance, with his feet buried in the sand. every so often, just communing with nature once more and just checking the surroundings. And he's just getting ready, rubbing the gloves of Murtok together, and yeah, we got our sword, we got our shield, we're ready to go.
Right on. And the camera pans to Cyrus.
Cyrus is pulling out his little prayer book of like scribbled notes on how to paladin, and is setting up like a little, just doing like a little morning prayer to Bahamut. It's like trying to tab through the pages to find one that's like super good, like an extra good, powerful prayer.
The page you put a star on.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but it like he doesn't really find one that like seems like it's perfect, so he just kind of reluctantly just like closes his eyes and just picks one at random. So
Cool.
he's just like, this one, Justice Maker. In my darkest hour, my strength and shield, my light is yours, Bahamut. Guide my hands in moments of peril with your wisdom. Grant swift justice to my enemies and peace to my friends. Hope everything's okay. Love you, Bahamut. Bye.
A different holy man might have said amen or something, but Cyrus is a special lad. Pemberley, what do we see?
She's just kind of spent. As she's woken up, she's sort of sitting on the outskirts of camp, her knees folded to her chest, just staring intently at the large sandstone tower in front of her, just contemplating what it meant to her and how that is going to change. Then she idly turns the pages in her spell book. Just earmarking one, taking another, and just looks down and goes, yeah, sorry to you too. And thanks for everything, you old bat.
Awesome.
Oh.
Zakar, what's going on in your tent?
Man, y'all ain't seen him this excited in months.
Is that
Like-
it? Is that all? I was gonna say, is that all you got?
No, there's more. But for those of you who have seen Zakar and known him for a long time, of course, Brando in particular, it would see like, oh no, this is like the Zakar of like almost an era past at this point, of just like, no, there is blood in the air, and it is good, and it is going to be profitable and glorious, and he is just here for it. Modifying his now customary robes and regalia, like trimming off some of the more loose parts, and definitely fashioning it into a form factor much more reminiscent of what he would wear in his old hardline adventuring days. The Katas return. He is just waiting, and not that he is ever without his magic items, but because of the harsh sun, they are shining like just so much more prominently against, of course, the ashen pallor and the black clothes. He's also like the only person who is still wearing black at this point because, hashtag desert. So he looks like a crazy person in that regard.
He's really dedicated to the aesthetic.
You guys should seriously, and I mean this just for your benefit, don't touch me. I am incredibly hot.
All right. So
Also,
after a
Brando
moment,
makes sure that he packed a bottle of wine and he keeps it in his bag of holding.
sure.
Nice.
So Zakar, we end with you suiting up, grabbing your staff, walking out of your tent, and you are greeted by your 4 compatriots waiting patiently.
This is like Christmas for Zakar, except the snow is red.
Yeah.
Or will be red.
And you guys see Zakar emerge with a mood in his wake.
Big smile.
Brando
No.
nods.
Yeah. I feel
No
like
words
it's
need to
that
be said.
scene. The music is just drums at this point, and nothing is said. Nothing is said between the 5 of you. Anyway.
Except for Brando and Wild in the background making dramatic music.
Move
You know
back.
what Brando would do that increase morale?
So
To hype the troops.
yeah. So an hour later, I have lost my spot. An hour later, 5 pints. You find yourselves standing at the ready, on horseback, at the front of a legion gathered for a singular reason. The Empress's troops line the walls, envoys from both sides ride out into a huge expanse of desert that separates the 2 armies. There's talking. You wait. They ride back. More talking. More waiting. With nothing but desert winds in your ears, passing time is excruciating. And now that you've had time to dwell on it, sieges can be extremely boring. Command speaks amongst themselves for a while. But eventually, a rider makes its way out to you guys. And he simply says, 5 pints, follow me. And he starts riding back to command.
Following.
Okay. Doing it.
Yep.
Riding on 2.
You ride across the, again, aside from the wind in your ears, there's an eerie silence out here. But you arrive at the gathering of commanders, all of you still on horseback, all of them on horseback. Both monarchs are present, as is Commander Steelbrow, who you met at the Bulwark. Also, Balder Ebenforge of the Silverbeards, and General Barak.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of those characters you guys actually remember.
Isn't Balder our friend from the Silverbeards?
No, not
you're
at
thinking
all.
of Glorn and Ironbrand. No, Balder Eben. Hang on, I think I got his thing here.
Yeah. We've met him before, but no, he wasn't our bro, Gorman.
Yeah. You guys have definitely what am I trying to say?
Nope.
Sorry, I'm trying to find the Silverbeards. I know they're in here. Maybe they aren't. Maybe
Yeah,
I
I'll see
haven't.
Bifrost. and I'll
Yeah,
see-
maybe I fucked up and didn't. Okay, well there is a yeah. Baldur Eminforge. I can show you guys later, but he's a dwarf. I think he's got red hair, eye patch, and any of you that had a passing knowledge of how the Silverbeards work, each one of them is like a grand elder to Odenheim. They all kind of cover a different branch of of the kingdom. Baldur is military specific, so it makes sense for him to be here. Anyway, as you guys approach, Tragsladag the Eighth is actually the first to speak as they all look up at you approaching. He says, "Surprising no one, your involvement is compulsory." Emperor Thunderspine says, "The Empress wants to speak, but refuses to speak with anyone but you."
Zakar just heaves the heaviest sigh and just like lets his head drop, and it's just, oh, it's always personal.
My God.
Well, it's cool that she wants to speak at all, and we're not just jumping right into the murdering.
The
I feel like
Empress.
this will be the same thing as trying to negotiate a bad deal with us.
It would have been easier if she had just said, "Go bring the army."
I mean, it would be. So why do you think she's doing it this way?
No idea. The Empress is a cryptic one. Your history with her is no secret, but I don't know why that would be relevant here and now.
Well,
What does she have to gain by just speaking with us? Why not speak with the leaders? This doesn't make much sense. Even if there were an alliance, how do we know that would be true with how things have gone so far?
I
the
mean, maybe
Empress, at the end of the day, cannot remain at the head of Tyrfang.
Mhm.
maybe she's also scared of the giant world-eating creature.
No, she wouldn't have done this if she was. She wanted mayhem.
Well, that might not have been up to her. It could have actually have been Asmodeus.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That is fair.
Zakar turns his attention back to the generals and said, "Questions and pontificating aside, if you order it of me, I will attempt to treat with her. But the wisdom that I would advise is to simply turn Tyrfang into glass."
There's some thinking among them. Baldur says, Baldur speaks up. He says, we have considered that it could simply be a trap. But, no offense, you're far from the most important people representing out here, and she would be risking much more than us putting ourselves out in the open.
The only thing that seems to make sense about this situation is that it doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that in mind, I'll be happy to play bait.
There's nods of agreement. Commander Steelbrow says, "Aye, we're already gonna kill the witch. What harm can some shoddy diplomacy do?" Tragsladag pulls his horse forward to meet you guys, and he says, "Well, I'm ready when you are." And Baldur says, "Come again." And Tragsladag turns back to the other elders and is like, "Black Ram is in Daka's dominion. I will not be left out of this conversation. And Balder says, Balder goes, she called specifically for them and only them. And Tragslidag says, yes, well, she's going to get a lot of things today that she doesn't want. Let's ride. And he takes off.
So,
Zakar,
this is
Hold
the
on.
first time he's been with us.
Yeah.
Zakar smiles and just looks at the other guys, looks back, and like, yeah, I'm going with him.
Yeah. So Traxeldag is not riding alone. He does have an entourage with him. You guys also have the capability of doing the same. If there's anybody in particular you want to bring along on this.
Zakar is definitely bringing the Vervadas, if no one else, since this is pseudo diplomacy.
She wanted to talk to only us.
Yeah, it's weird. It's also dumb, and I mean, it's also what this whole conflict is in the first place.
It's also worth mentioning the Empress will also have an entourage. So, take what information you want from that.
Then
Graves.
we're bringing the Vervadas and fuck, why am I forgetting my unit names?
It's either the Raiders or the Bashers. I think the Raiders are back home.
Yeah, it's
Hold on,
no. It's the Bashers are back home. Raiders are with us.
Yeah,
That's right.
Because that's who's on the unit list.
yeah.
Gotcha.
So Raiders and Vervadas, at minimum.
Warclaw and Lightning Jaw are staying on the lines.
Okay.
They are not a take a city type
Right.
unit, really.
Gotcha.
I feel like
Any individuals?
Mm.
You guys got a
individual-
mountain. Yeah, I mean, you got a
individuals.
mountain of NPCs behind you if you want.
That's okay. Well, then I'm absolutely bringing the other new intern, Morig.
Oh.
Okay.
yeah.
Morg will be present. I think also technically the Vervadas is commanded by, or at least managed by, Mazak.
Yeah, it's Mazak.
You don't have to bring him if you don't want, but
Well, technically, they're commanded by Mazak, but Arcade is also currently attached to them.
yeah, totally.
So
Yeah,
that
she's in the
makes-
ranks.
So yeah, Mazak and Arcade.
Okay.
Let's see. That's right, and actually bringing the Raiders means Rogan because he's like low key in charge of them. So, and him.
Cool.
No Davin, no Great Club.
Yeah.
No
No offense.
Do you want some paladins?
Well,
Did the agents of Bahamut come? Or at least
That-
Top Knot?
Ooh, I think maybe at least Top Knot.
we can.
Pretty cool.
Top Knot is probably a good choice, but also I'm kind of like, how much of a declaration of war are we going for here?
That's exactly what I was thinking of, because I'm just like,
want this-
Vervadas and Raiders are coming with us. I think we should limit any more large companies like that, because they're probably going to be asked to stay outside.
Yeah. Those are some pretty big companies too, as I recall.
Yeah.
They're not nothing, yeah. But we do also have a king with us with his entourage. So between the two and our host of named NPCs, plus one Top Knot, just for good measure,
Mhm.
that sounds pretty well rounded.
Okay.
Okay.
Top
Any other
Knot
opinions?
is added.
I dig it.
Cool.
Okay.
I have the Vervadas and Mazak, Arcade, Morig, the Raiders, Rogan, and Top Knot. Sound about right?
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
The
And a lot of
Raiders
you
were just us.
and a lot of you ride out. Deep breath. The first thing you notice in this entourage is the imposing conveyance upon which the Empress herself is sitting. An ornate sandstone platform, square-ish in shape, and about 30 feet on a side, conveying itself across the desert sands upon 8 pointed legs, which kind of resemble those of like a giant crab that has bleached in the sun. The legs thump into the ground harshly as it walks. The platform is well appointed. Lit braziers, throw pillows, there's a side table bearing food and drink, and a big ornate throne in the center, upon which the Empress, Rakan Talon Spell herself, sits at.
Ooh, that's cool art.
Mm-hmm.
For the first
If I
time ever.
remember right, she has like 4 arms.
Mm-hmm. You remember that correctly.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, she looks the same as you guys remember her, those of you who have met her before. She rests her head on one closed fist while the other relaxes on an arm of the throne. Still another arm swirls a wine glass, and another strokes the hair of her favorite pet, an eladrin of impressive musculature and vacant expression. He sits obediently on the floor, staring toward the horizon with futility. Y'all remember Slag, right?
Oh boy, do we.
Yep.
I forgot
I think he was elf or
Eladrin.
He's a ladder.
Eladrin.
Yeah.
Eladrin
Hey,
that
I forget.
killed somebody at the Stadia games or
Mm-hmm.
what was it called?
Scoria games?
are you?
Yeah.
Story games.
Story-
Yeah, he straight up violated the rules of the Scoria games by murking a dude in the middle of blast ball.
Mm-hmm.
Are his ears cut off, or did he get to keep his ears?
His
hope
his ears would actually be intact, I think.
Alright.
I might be going back on something I said earlier, but I think the Empress would prefer him
In one
Full.
piece.
Yeah.
at his
Pretty.
prettiest.
There you go.
Anyway,
Where did you find this art, by the way, Chris?
I don't know.
It's
I've
really
had this
good.
art for many years.
Uh-huh.
Accompanying the platform is a sizable entourage of Cambion, matching the size of your own entourage, flying in a formation behind the platform. But the first person you encounter at the forefront of this entire group is a statuesque humanoid woman of obsidian skin, a vibrant red dress, and a pair of infernal horns. She's flanked by 8 well-armed and armored Cambion, and she herself carries a large sword at the ready. Let me, I call it a sword, but it looks like a handle has been affixed to like a long bone with a row of huge razor-sharp teeth along one edge. It appears as if it used to be part of the jawbone of some variety of giant monstrosity. And more art. Stand by.
Oh my.
Here's the lady you see. And this dark-skinned woman stops marching when she's about 40 feet away from you and speaks. She says, "Hold there. I am Carnessa, chosen of Grost, general to the Empress's forces. Any person, magic, or otherwise ill intent that approaches will be seen as an act of aggression, thus bringing this parley to an immediate end." And satisfied that she has spoken the message, she points her sword at the ground and stands at the ready, as does her the Cambion that are flanking her. The platform comes to a stop and settles into the sand.
Ooh. I like to think that it sinks and then it shakes a little bit to really get
A little,
in there.
yeah, it's like that. You know,
That's
big old
land.
platform just kind of like settles down to the sand. And even though the Empress is like 50 feet away from you, she speaks. Her voice carries over the sands. Greetings, my little instruments.
Greetings.
Greetings, Highness. How's tricks?
I'm not sure what that means.
Means you're a whore.
Oh, Scar.
I, for
Carnessa,
one, think you're just a bad lady and not all that slutty.
Carnessa bristles a bit at these remarks. I'm sure you're interested in what you're doing here.
Thoroughly.
There.
The answer is simpler than you may guess. It is my responsibility, I feel, to keep abreast of the affairs of my property. And I felt that I was owed an explanation for your refractory behavior.
Do you mean Fairbrook?
Your property.
That you chose to expand onto.
Zakar turns his head towards Pemberley.
Oh,
Wait.
Brando is also like, anything you want to say to the Empress?
There is something about the Empress's gaze that indicates that she's kind of talking about the lot of you.
Oh, okay. Ah, no. All right, I get it.
Wait, why?
Is this still about the rod?
The Rod of Seven?
Why is she saying it was your property?
To be more direct, she considers you her property.
Yeah, no, I got that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Because everything that steps on the sands belonged to her. We stepped on the sand, did the whole bit, escaped, blah blah blah. Yeah, we get yeah.
Ma'am, am I your property?
You are now, and welcome.
I look at Traxladag, and then I look back. Okay. Okay.
Satisfied with that answer?
Brando's like, you know what happens when people hear that they're called somebody else's property,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. Oh, you're saying that to her?
Saying that to her.
I'm not interested in what he thinks.
Fair enough.
What about you? Who do you belong to? Who's your boss?
I belong to no one, despite what we may think.
Surely you fear the gods.
I have
You are no
nothing
god,
to fear from the gods.
but you're mortal, right?
That has
Right?
yet to be proven.
Yeah, that's pretty badass. That's cool. It's fine.
Okay, I get the whole shtick. You own everything. You
Talking down.
wanted a parlay.
Brando's also doing the hand gesture of blah 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 blah. Not taking this seriously. In fact, he even brings out a cigar and starts lighting it.
Hi.
And smoking. Just looking at the Empress like, okay, why are we here?
Your impudence has been noted, and I am still waiting for an explanation.
An explanation? What is there to explain, Empress? We've come with armies in response to your aggression. Is warfare somehow foreign to you?
Do you think you could just take, and nobody will do anything?
Really sorry to say you haven't been playing well with your toys.
Brando gives Pemberley a good pat on the shoulder. Good one.
I gotta give Pemberley a point for that one.
Yes.
It took a tremendous amount of
Yeah.
will to do that.
Why? Why?
Why
And
indeed?
Why Fairbrook? You're expanding your lands. You're claiming more people to serve you, and they weren't doing anything. Why?
As your new friends can tell you, I'm well aware of those who abscond out the walls of my kingdom against my will. They are many. You lot are not so unique. My people model the globe, no doubt living out their lives free of their responsibilities to me. This is an illusion they cultivate themselves. But it would be troublesome to bring them all home. They have no doubt propagated themselves beyond the capacity of my great city. So I will simply bring the kingdom to them. Fairbrook was to be the first step, and under my ken, my influence grows to new masses, and the traitors are returned to the fold.
But wouldn't mercy, wouldn't kindness, wouldn't that behoove a powerful deity entity as yourself? Wouldn't you think? I think you can. I've learned that you can get a whole lot more with that than you can with destruction.
Indeed,
I'm sorry.
you have learned the weight, the value of kindness.
I think I have.
I have
Funny thing that
been on this world many of your lifetimes, and I have not.
and that's and I feel sorry for you. I really do.
Oh, so what you really want is love. That's all. You just need a hug.
I have not come here to debate my actions.
Then why are we here?
You're here to answer for your transgressions.
If I may, Green, one question. And then I look over to my compatriots. Not to pull our hand, but I don't think. And then I point up into the sky. Alabar
Mm-hmm.
cares what we do right here. Do you know about him?
I am aware.
And yet you still play petty games with your toys.
Petty.
Mm-hmm.
Petty.
Under a
Fairbrook.
united banner, I would be unstoppable, even to this creature.
Oh, is that why? So you are scared. Otherwise, why would you care about being unstoppable?
I would like. The dungeon master is thinking.
Mhm.
I would like Brando to make a perception check. And I would like
Okay.
Pemberley to make an arcana check.
Da, da, da.
Poop 14.
Okay.
Hmm.
16.
16.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. Brando, following what Cyrus says, the Empress kind of scans over you. She's considering her next move. But in that moment, you see, and it's imperceptible to, anybody casually looking at her. But something warps on her face.
Oh.
You think there might be an illusion there. And I should stress that it's just her face.
Joke answer as Brandon goes up there and is like, so the Empress has been the so-and-so all along.
Right?
Old man Jenkins.
If only it wasn't for you meddling kids.
Let
The
me try to,
campaigns were connected.
let's see, I'll try to word this as
Plot
humorously
twist!
as I can.
Cyrus says jinkies.
Yep.
So, Empress, you're saying that you own everything, but you would have been able to own everything if it weren't for us 5 pints. If the Empress is truly your name.
Is that for real what you say?
If everybody else is solid for it, then yes,
No,
I'm
you tell me what Brando is saying.
fine. I'll make that. And then Brando's also like stroking his beard as if he's fakely taking a mask off.
You're freshly shaved.
Right.
You're the only one. You're also the only one who noticed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brando, what are you doing?
Brando?
She is not the Empress, or she is not who she portrays herself. She wears a mask. It looks like a face to us, but something is amiss. Something that she hides.
Pemberley, I'll let you make that arcana check with advantage.
25.
Nice.
Yes.
Two things. Brando is correct that there is an illusion over her face. He is wrong that isn't her.
I think it's a glamour.
There is something about her her presence that you know innately. You would bet dollars to donuts the Empress is actually standing right there. And you don't know why her face would be covered.
He told us there's something wrong with it, right?
What?
But
Empress,
she,
what happened?
but she does respond when you mention that. She kind of gives you a look like she's surprised,
Oh.
impressed. And she says,
You are almost as clever as you are impertinent. A quality asset to my dominion. My visage paid the price for my indulgence. I was lenient with my property, a mistake I'll not make a second time. By the by, where is the troublesome Kenku?
Sorry, that was and not Cyrus.
Hand him over to me and your punishment could be negotiated.
We
Sakar
honestly-
actively does laugh.
We honestly have no idea where he is.
Oh, Brando's like smacks his forehead. When the rod of 7 exploded,
Exploded, yeah.
is this why?
I take
So
it
you don't
back.
know
You're
who
not
knows.
that clever.
Sorry, I couldn't hear that.
Do it again. Say it again.
She didn't think you were that clever.
No more.
I won't ask you to do mask. That would be rude of me. I will say that you have covered your wounds well.
Can I cast Dispel Magic on her?
What's the
No,
range?
do
God,
not.
that's so fucking
If,
vicious.
if Cyrus tries,
Okay, no,
stop
hold
her.
up.
No.
Back the fuck up.
What?
We were already told if we take any hostile action, it would be considered a declaration of war.
Yeah.
Alright, that's
Agreed.
fair. Sorry.
What are you about to fucking do, Anne?
Never mind, I apologize. I didn't think removing an illusion would be aggressive, but that's fair.
No. I had the temptation too.
I'm not telling you
It's
no.
hurting her, but that's
Like,
fair.
hey, I'm not telling you no, Anne. I'm just saying, communicate your intention right about now.
It might cause an
Nope.
incident.
I'm walking it back. I'm checking
Mhm.
it out.
Okay.
Thank you for talking me down.
Yes. Empress, you hide your wounds well. I almost wish that I did not see through the illusion. But I will not ask for you to show others.
She's upset. She doesn't like you bringing it up. Clearly.
Hey, at least Brando's not pushing for her to show.
No, but you are like in the middle of this crowd just being like, oh, yep, sorry. I drew attention to the thing you're covering your stupid face with.
You know.
But for us to do nothing here now, consider this our kindness returned to you for when we first met. And you let us live.
Let you live. That's an interesting way to think of that.
All right. This is pointless.
Feel free to go back to your castle. We'll have this war if we have to. We'll allow you that much.
War. Come now. Why would I take the time to gloat if I didn't know I was going to succeed?
She stands from her throne finally, snaps her fingers. There's a flash at about eye level, and a figure appears before her, falling out of the air, apparently, falling pretty harshly onto the platform.
Is it the general?
No, it is not Longelis. It is a young, bedraggled, broken figure, curled into the fetal position with his hands and feet tied, shackled together. He is dirty, weak, and harried. The Empress grabs him roughly by the hair, pulling him onto his knees and bringing his head so that he can whisper into his ear.
It's time to pay up, whelp.
The boy screams as dark energies are seemingly injected into his very soul by the Empress, and now being held upright, you get a good look at him. He wears the same clothes he wore when you pulled him from Cloudbear Again's sanctum. But they've been worn down to mere strips of cloth at this point. And through what's left of his garb, you can clearly see the point on his chest where Brando's bullet landed.
Yep,
Oh,
I knew it.
It has since scarred over, and the scar is surrounded with black markings, which you also recognize. They bear a striking resemblance to the markings that surround Cyrus's eyes. A signature of an infernal pact forced upon a frightened and malleable youth. Wild. You probably
Yes, sir.
don't have time
No, I
to
don't.
notice as
Yes,
as your brain is filled with the cacophonous scream of the boy, and brother, I need you to make the wisdom save of your life.
Wait, was
Do
he
a-
a boy this whole time? I thought he was grown up.
He was young.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
I
Okay,
was
this-
thinking about this at some point too, and we were taking the chance that maybe the power had completely dissipated even if he were brought back, but now, oh boy,
Now we know.
that was a bad gamble.
I do not have mindless rage, so this is a wisdom save. All
This is a
right.
straight wisdom save.
Boom, baby. Wait a minute. I'm gonna use this is the time for it. I'm gonna use a +1 from my rolled ones, which I
Okay.
think is all of them.
Yep, you got one.
All right.
Can I give him guidance? Oh, God.
Oh, not like that'll matter.
I'm afraid you can't.
Not like that'll matter.
I'd tell you the DC, but you're nowhere near it.
No, that's fine.
All right,
Who
Wild.
do you want me to hit?
Wild.
Yeah.
The screaming in your mind overtakes you. You are engulfed by it. But within, there's another voice. Its authority, absolute. Therein lies the answer. Your sole responsibility. Wild, the warrior, the liberator, the heart, goes away. Taking its place, Wild, the soldier, the servant, the executioner. The rest of you watch Wild calmly dismount his horse and walk to Carnessa before falling to one knee.
Dang.
With a free hand, the Empress waves, and several beams of light are released into the air, and they all land in the sand alongside Wild and Carnessa, and where they land, 7 figures appear. All of them warforged. They eye you all with ill intent. Wild, your family gathers around you.
Oh no.
You had
Oh,
heard that Hammer didn't make it, and yet it's Hammer that helps you to your feet.
Good to see you, friend.
It's good to see you too.
I was allowed a leave of absence from death.
Wild, you can't remember the last time you felt so gratified. Your family is gathered, and you all have a common goal. This is your entire purpose. You could do it in your sleep. It's what you were built for. Today, the family sings in harmony.
It's a smile, and I don't know if Warforged can cry, but I am. And Wild just steps up, turns around, and takes out his sword.
You haven't been paying attention. My reach is absolute.
In the distance, you hear a cacophonous sound back in the direction of your forces.
Yep.
A battle is broken out. Wild got his wish. The Warforged are finally taking the fight to their oppressors.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck.
Carnessa, bring me the heads of these apostates.
Excuse me, stomach.
Brando sighs
Yep.
and readies his gun.
Zakar, something that Morida said echoes in your mind at this moment. The last time you saw her. When she said, I assure you, they aren't prepared for what's coming. No one is. And ladies and gentlemen, when next we meet, We will roll initiative.
Oh, Christopher, bless your heart.
Oh no,
no.
no.
Ugh,
That
I
is.
gambled wrong. I gambled so wrong.
They were gonna take him regardless. Like it was gonna be the same end result.
I mean, if we didn't include the Warforged on this, then this would be an
Yeah.
easier taking, but probably
Why
at
would we
least a
not
third
bring him
of our
with?
army.
We thought he was dead.
He was dead.
This was
Yeah.
okay. Look, it doesn't matter if he was dead or not. It was always going to come back to bite us.
Yes.
That was never a question. It was just a matter of how hard we were going to make it for them. Especially, and second point of, we already know that we're dumb, and we already knew that something was coming.
Yeah.
So the surprise is like, okay, it's here.
It's almost like when people die, they go to hell.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
At least when they're jerks like that guy.
Yeah, monarchs. Yes.
Or we could
Oh,
do the Star
boy.
Wars thing of nobody's
Well,
ever really gone.
Ugh.
I'm not gonna lie. For a quick moment, I had to search through every single feature I had, and I was just like, please, 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 please,
Nope,
please,
nope,
please.
nope,
Nope.
nope,
Not
nope,
a single fucking thing.
nope, not a single thing.
I have a +1.
Oh my god.
Oh no! I just realized there's a Warforged with the
Oh, yeah.
Grave Colors. Thankfully, she's a healer bot, but still.
Rose, yeah.
Oh, all of them, dude.
Well, there's
Wilhelm.
Warforged all over the place.
Yeah, Wilhelm
Oh, fuck.
too.
Wilhelm. Victor, not with them, but like with another group of people. Like
Oh
there's
yeah,
Warforged
Thomas's
Rex.
character.
Yeah, Rex.
Rex
Who
is
you
somewhere
don't
out
even
there.
know what happened to him the last time the recall happened. This has been a long time coming, guys.
Yeah,
Yep.
it is.
So,
I'm
Ellie,
so
do you know
excited.
this part of the story? Has it been explained to you?
No,
So-
no. I was assuming it was some sort of like mass suggestion or
Oh no.
Mm-mm.
Oh boy.
It's a whole
cute.
thing. Hey, I'll tell you what. Say goodnight to Twitch.
Good night, Twitch. Good night.
Good night, you beautiful bastards.
Oh my god.